See my dream? My dream just manifested itself. The comedian. Oh my God, I just bombed in reality. Like we just went full circle. Let's go. We start doing that.
Fully active, my father. You feel that?
You feel that?
Welcome back to the fucking Mushroom Kingdom.
Let's go.
We're here. Mario, Luigi, Bowser, hanging out, man. We got mushrooms, we got virtual cities, we got a Chinese dragon that's covered this time. We got it all. Boys, I'm not going to lie, I get fucking so excited now to record this shit. Every week I'm like itching to get here and just have a beer and record.
Yeah. I love the beers, man. Sometimes I look so forward to a beer on a weeknight. Like.
Fuck yeah. Guys, welcome back to the FireCast, episode 97. We're so close to that goddamn cigar. Hopefully all you guys have had a good week. I'm very keen to do this flow focus stuff. I'm very excited.
Salute.
We've got a very big playlist this time round. I'm gonna, before I ask you two how you guys have been, I'll just say my little story before I forget it. So the other day, I finished the gym, went to the store to go get some dog food for the dogs because we had a meet. I think this was last Thursday or Friday. So I get out the car and I walk into the store. And it was the Food Works that's down the road from my house. It's like a rip-off little Coles thing, right? Little Indian-owned, whatever. So I went in there, I'm looking for dog food. And the song that was playing over the radio, it was by Black Eyed Peas, You Make Me Feel Alive. And I was like, fuck, I haven't heard this song in ages. And I'm singing along. I'm in my own world, off with the fairies as I usually am. Looking for the dog food, I'm like singing in it. I get up to the counter, and then she scans it. Yeah, that'll be $4.99, whatever, for the can of food. I pull out my phone to pay, and it was my Spotify open playing the song the whole time.
Oh, that's so funny.
And the lady just looked at me, and I just looked at her, and I was like...
You should have just put up to your ear and pretend. Like,
yeah, I was like, shit. I just quickly exited and opened my Apple Pay thing. But yeah, had a bit of a moment. But
that happens.
It happens to the best of us. DZ, how are you, mate? What's been happening?
Good, man. I'm fucking pretty good today. I haven't gotten much to say. I'm good, man. When was the last time we recorded?
I think it was a late
last Tuesday, wasn't it?
No, it was Thursday, wasn't it?
Was it Thursday?
I think it was later.
It was Thursday, I think.
Yeah.
Last Thursday. It doesn't feel too long since I'm good, man. Fuck, I feel like there is stuff, but you forget, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like that funny
100%.
random story.
Anyway, yeah, man, just good, trucking along, fucking, getting the grind in. Joey, how you been? Any stories? What's going on?
I mean, did I tell you my dream that I had? I feel like it was the end of the week.
No.
Oh my God. No. Okay, so I think it was late last week. That's why I thought we recorded earlier, because I swear it was last week. But one of these mornings, I usually snooze, right? And the snooze is like 3-minute snooze. It's kind of like, what's the point snooze? But it's just to make sure I get up, right? So I lean over, and I don't even remember leaning over. Do you know those times you have to like recollect? Oh yeah, I did hit my alarm. I woke up, boom, just went back down for a bit. And all of a sudden, I was off stage. You know how like Terry Crews on X Factor, he's not behind the curtain, but he's off to the side of the stage. And then it's like, you see the side angle and the guy's like singing, and it's like the crowd out there, and he's like looking at the camera like he's got it, you know? I was off to the side where he was, but at a desk, and Scud, our mate Scud, was to my left, and it was an empty seat in the middle, and someone else, and I don't know, but I knew this person though. And I've come in between them. I've sat down, and I'm like, Scott, what are you doing? And he's like, bro, you're doing your first comedy special. He's like, you better. He goes, I'm like, what do you mean? I didn't come prepared. And he's like, you better hurry up. You're next. And I'm like, I look up, and the guy that was on before me was like, hey, you've been great. You've been great, guys. Hey, stay blessed. Blah, blah, this and that. And so, yeah. And everyone's like, like he was killing, right? And I remember just being like, oh my God, okay, remember anything that has happened to me that was funny, right? And all of a sudden, it was almost like, Men in Black, how Will Smith is like, and it used your memory. Because do you know how in your dreams you're very incompetent, like you can't run fast enough, or you can never swim good enough. I couldn't remember for the life of me. I was like, what's anything that's happened to me that's funny? I'm like, I'm trying to think of like how I can be funny, and I'm like thinking of knock jokes, and it was just I've lost everything. And then I just went, all of a sudden, everyone turns to me, and I'm like, and I wake up. And it's like 3 past or just before my alarm. So it wasn't even 2 minutes. And I felt like in this dream, it was like it was long. It was longer than. But isn't that crazy that I dreamt all that and I didn't even need the coffee? I woke up and I was like, oh, I had so much anxiety. My palms.
You're scared, dude.
I was scared. Imagine.
It's your worst nightmare, right?
One of my worst nightmares is like if you like took that leap to be a comedian or something. Those people are brave because you're gonna eat shit every time. No matter how good you are, everyone's eating shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like you've gone into a club or something and then no one's laughed, or you've just followed someone that like, you know, killed, and then you're like, oh. And I remember just being so fucking freaked out. It was so funny.
I've had that happen before. The morning
I call
dreams
them micro dreams. Micro
Well,
dreams.
but that's the only
Micro
time you
dream.
do dream. You never dream during the night. You always dream before you wake up. There's like a certain part. Like you don't dream. I'm pretty sure you don't dream. I need to fact check this. I'm pretty sure I'm right. I'm 80% sure I'm right.
I've heard what you're saying.
But like you don't dream through the night. Your deepest sleep, the part that you dream is like the back end.
Yeah.
And then
as
the
you're
front
waking
end.
up.
Yeah.
Because before you go to sleep, you know, you start having weird thoughts. You're not asleep yet, but you have such strange thoughts. You're like, what the fuck? Like, I must be falling asleep. And I talk in my sleep sometimes, but I only talk in my sleep right at the start. And I say weird shit. Like, I don't know. My missus always tells me I'm always going on.
My
saying the weirdest shit.
missus is a sleep talker. She said something last night. Fuck, I forgot to tell her. She said something. She asked me like what I was wearing or something, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm gonna take me to dinner first, girl. Like, God damn. Like, but yeah, man.
I feel like you got to go along with those conversations. That'd be the funniest. Like if Tori ever sleep talked, I don't think she has yet, but like if she ever did, I'd just try like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, not much. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like,
It scares the
what are you
fuck
up
out
to?
of me. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? I'm like, you're asleep. aren't ya?
Tori always says I speak gibberish. Like, I'm like, like it doesn't make sense, but I'm just like, and like the other night I reached up. Apparently, I was like, oh yeah, like, and I want to see myself doing this. It'd be so weird to see.
Sometimes I laugh too. She says I laugh like I'm full.
Oh, I've done that a few
times.
You're full doing stand-up routines and shit in your sleep.
Yeah,
You're
I'm like-
practicing your stand-up.
Yeah.
All right, man, let's kick it off. Let's go to our community corner. I think, let me have a look at the Discord. I think we've got a few Discord questions, and I think we've got one speak pipe. Let's have a look here. Boom, boom, slide down, community, FireCast, Q&A. Zexer says, can't lie, since the feet question, I've started to wash my feet harder. Good job. He says, Optimus Prime or Bumblebee. For him, it's Bumblebee, and then M16 says James Charles. I'd probably say Optimus Prime just because it sounds fucking cool.
No, Bumblebee's cooler for sure.
I just like the name Optimus.
Yeah,
Fucking
Optimus Prime. That reminds me of the Maximus Primes, the Gatorades, but
yeah.
Optimus Prime.
So Bumblebee, Optimus for you.
Megatron.
And then M16 has asked this before, I'm pretty sure. He says, learn a new instrument if you're not gay. I feel like he really wants us to start a band.
yeah,
M16 well, yeah, fuck. Piano for me. That'd be my instrument.
Well, I've
Guitar, maybe.
always leaned to the drums, man. If I could play something, I think it'd be the drums.
Yeah, the drum. Yeah, because you need a drummer too. It's so important.
You can look like have you seen the Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer?
Yeah, Flea.
Oh, yeah.
Flea.
Bro, he is
Aussie, isn't he, or-
insane, man.
Is he? He's not Aussie.
Yeah, he was born in Australia, but he lived his life in
Apparently,
America.
I seen this video
think.
and he listened to a song. I forget the song. It's going to kill me. But whatever it was, it's a very well-known song. You'd all know it. But he hadn't heard it before. And there's a video of him just going like, listening to it. And then the goal was he has to replicate and he just killed it. Like, I forget what it was.
Yeah, I've seen musicians.
Remember that song? It's like, bring, marry me,
yeah.
high. I don't know, that's the words. I said marry me.
Do
Does
you,
it carry me?
do you remember we used to play Guitar Hero a long time ago?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
on the
yeah.
guitar, I was on the drums.
Yeah, we got that for a
Was
Christmas
there a
gift once.
Guitar
Yeah,
Hero of the drums?
Yeah.
there was.
true.
It was fucking sick,
And we
man.
used to do, what was it, Hot for Teacher and shit and fucking all those.
And with the rebel, yeah. I want more.
Yeah.
And I think I made a mistake. Flea is the bass guitarist, maybe.
He's a drummer.
There's a guy called Flea.
He's a drummer, I'm pretty sure. He was in Star Wars once. He was in an episode of The Mandalorian.
Was he?
Oh, is that?
He did a cameo in that.
Really?
Yeah, you know the episode where the Bill... No, it's not the one with Bill Burr. I don't know, but Flea's in one episode.
No. So no, Flea is the bass guitarist.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. Yes, and Yes, he's Australian-American musician actor. So I'm pretty sure he was born here, but he lived all his life in America.
Who's you know Chad Smith, the drummer who looks exactly the same as Will Ferrell? Have you seen that guy?
That's
the guy.
That's Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
That's the guy. That's the guy.
Yes, he does
That's
look
him.
like Will Ferrell.
They look the
'Cause as
same.
soon as- yeah, he does.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
yes.
the drummer, and he's spazzing out like da 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 da. Like he's fucking going crazy. But for me personally, I would do the electric guitar because when they
Yeah.
take it away, bro, and they get really into it, it's like the guys on the saxophone. They really get into it. Like I think we discussed this before, but
Yeah, the sax is cool too.
Did you know that our friend Mr. X, Jack the lawyer, can play the saxophone?
yeah.
Yeah.
I seen,
Sending
bro, I
Snapchats
swear,
and shit.
I swear I seen him play it.
Yeah.
No, but like, were we in person? Was there a saxophone at Sal's wedding? No. Why do I? Okay.
No.
I swear I've seen him play the saxophone.
Yeah, it would have been
somewhere.
Snapchat maybe.
Okay.
Because he sent a whole bunch of Snapchats and I was like, wait, what? I was like, since when?
He looks
Yeah.
like he could play the saxophone.
Yeah,
And it's definitely something that you wouldn't want to tell, especially your significant other when you first meet. You wouldn't want to tell
Yeah,
them that.
I play the sax.
You sort of be like, no, don't even say it. Like, and then one day, like, oh,
Bust it
what's
out.
this? What's this whole thing? Like, blow the dust off.
Pretend you.
Yeah, song.
The epic sax. So, we have a speak pipe from the commie. Let's see what he has to say this week.
My brothers of the FireCast, it's the friendly neighborhood commie here. Look, just listen off the back of your episode. I just thought I might tell you a little cool fact. I don't know if you know it or not. Talking about that cunt, that French cunt, fucking Baguette or whatever his rich name is. I don't know. I wasn't listening to that bit. French people aren't important. So the guy that's really rich, and you said that he's an art collector. I want to tell you why art collecting is so, like, why art is so expensive and why they come up with the term art is to the eye of the beholder, okay? So there was a lot of drug cartels getting around back in the day with way too much fucking money. And they needed to put them back into circulation. And obviously, as you would know, you can't just go put money into circulation, right? You got to spend it. There's got to be receipts and shit. So they would buy art because you can't put a value on art. So, like, say fucking DZ makes a song, right? And then FriendlyFire goes, that's shit. But then I go, fuck yeah, here, bro. Here's $1 million. I love that song. No one can tell you that that's the wrong price because there's no value on it. It's how I see it. So for the longest time, an art collector is most likely the head of a drug cartel. Thought you might like that one. Good luck, boys. It's coming up to the milestone. Love you.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, okay, that makes
I
sense.
swear we've said there's some. I swear, like I've heard that. Maybe not here.
So art technically has no
Actual
value
price.
at all. It's just all subjective.
But there's a starting bet though. There's at least a starting bid.
But even the starting bid is
It's
made
like
up
just-
by someone.
Just made up. Some
Yeah,
random
yeah.
old dude's
But
gone,
isn't that anything though?
It could be anything,
like-
though, really. Yeah.
No, as in like, isn't that like anything though? Like everyone puts a price on something.
Yeah.
Like I put a price on labor hourly.
Yeah, I guess, but
But it's
I
so
think the
high.
government would see it differently. Like if
Yeah.
I say I'm paying you fucking 20 grand an hour to fucking wash my car, I don't know.
Yeah, because you're just drawing essentially. I don't know. It's fucking
yeah, I
weird.
know,
You're
yeah.
providing a service, but then it's like you got to be so rich to buy that artwork, and it's like you really got to stand. Like if you're getting dressed and you see it, if I'm spending that much money like on an artwork, you better hope that you appreciate it, and you just don't forget about it.
You forget about
You don't forget about it, but you're just like, like
crazy, because these old rich dudes would just buy it and they just hangs in their house.
they hold the paddles and they're like,
Like, is it? Yeah, like.
Have you
it's
seen
crazy.
those cunts who like the fucking like climate change people? They go and they protest. They throw like tomato sauce on the fucking Mona
yeah,
Lisa.
on
and
the-
shit.
bro.
Like it's
Yeah.
it's covered in like a glass anyway, but they still go.
They still
Like,
splatter with like
how
tomato paste
dumb!
and shit.
What's that gonna do for the environment though? What the fuck?
the janitor gets those, the window cleaners, like just like cleans.
squeegee,
It's not even on it.
The janitor rocks up on like a petrol powered fucking buggy to and they're protesting like environmental shit. Yeah, well, that was the friendly commie from the Safe Boys, man. Make sure you guys check them out. They come out weekly as well. Funny content they do. They're more like conversations you have at work with your work buddies type stuff. Love that shit. So thank you, Jezza. Should we?
There's no other speak pipe.
No, that's it. That's it for the Speaky Dicks. Should we head over to Flow Focus?
Flow Focus. I've been really fucking studying this playlist,
Yeah,
bro.
this one's a
I
good
have
one.
multiple where I'm like, can't I just do two that I like? It's two that I'm tossing up, but I'll do the one. But it was
Yes.
tight. It was like there's the submissions that get sent in are like
They're half
like pretty good.
Has there been a lot of submissions that are complete strangers from Soundplay and shit?
all of them. Most of them.
And there's been a lot. Has there been many songs that you've listened and you're like, wow, this is actually fucking good? And you
There's a
put it
few. I'll go through the playlist, see if I can remember off the bat. A lot of them are like, I don't want to say
Not the
horrendous.
best.
Yeah, I don't want to be. I don't want to
Yeah.
be mean about it, but there are some that like you can tell they're like
Amateurs.
they've been making music for
More-
like less than a year. It's very rough, very rough.
But the rapping wise though, you're talking about production. You can tell.
no, but like
Everything?
Some is all rounded.
Yeah.
Yes, some.
in. Some
course.
people's lyrics need a lot of
but
work.
but obviously,
and delivery is a big one.
isn't
Yeah.
that comes with the underground music though? You never get
That's
the
the scene,
underground
yes.
music with
That's the scene.
everyone's like, because I would go to from that playlist to like, Eminem. I'm just for
Yeah.
example, and obviously it's
the yeah, of course.
great, even the production. But of course,
Yeah.
that was stupid. But like that example was dumb. But you know what I mean? You can tell. But in saying that, knowing that they're up and coming artists, and you're like, oh shit, like if this is the start, then there's always like, how
gotta
far
start
have you
somewhere.
guys come?
You gotta-
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So just touching on that point that, like you said, Joey. Yeah. A lot of people. So again, thank you everyone for the submissions. It's so fun. You don't understand how fun it is when I open that email and it's just submission. It's a good feeling. So thank you very much. Keep going, guys. But yeah, also just keep going with it's okay to have things that's rubbish at the start. That's completely normal. Like it'd be more surprising if some dude come on the scene and his first song is like an absolute banger. I'm talking produced top tier. I'm sure people have done it because they probably spend a shit ton of money. But if you're bedroom producing, if you make a full banger that's like top quality, good flow, good beat, good production, mixing, mastering, it's unheard of, essentially.
It's funny
Like-
you say that because the other day I was on your YouTube and I went to the old songs because I haven't heard them. I don't remember what they sound. They're not on streaming or nothing, but they're still on your YouTube. I went through and I looked at them. I'm like, damn, this shit is ass. We suck.
yeah, bro.
You know what I
Fuck
mean? And it's mostly my delivery. Like my delivery, even your production though, it's crazy that I could actually notice a huge
Oh, bro,
change.
I was asked. Like,
Huge change.
You then realize like, the mixing was so bad and the mastering, but we still did it.
You have to start
We still
somewhere,
did
bro.
it, like,
you
that's
have
like-
to start
Bring
somewhere.
it back to the comedians bombing and shit.
Exactly.
You need to fucking start somewhere. But so
Exactly.
it's very hats off to everyone who does submit. You know what I mean? Because it's better than the ones that I guess
Don't
sit at home
submit
and
at
go,
all.
oh fuck that, I can
you're
never do it.
trying.
Exactly. So let's kick off our segment, Flow Focus.
Let's go. Yeah. You know what time it is.
Let's kick it off.
Oh, is
Juicy.
that I thought that was a
Juicy.
submission.
That's our new
I
little
knew
intro.
exactly how
That's
that's
our new-
juicy.
I like
Let's
that.
go.
I
So,
like that.
by the way, too, I'm gonna buy. I was gonna buy one off Temu, but I knew it wouldn't be here in time. I'm gonna buy a little scoreboard. We won't count the first one because I was botched, but I am winning 1-0. Technically, with our song choices, correct? I won with the Lemaire pick. What's up? The first one I also won, but we're not gonna count that because Joey didn't bring a song because we got confused with the playlist.
Now I'm
Let's-
up to speed.
Now
You-
we're
you
up to
wanna
speed.
take-
and if anything, I'm
what-
spoiled for choice this week.
Yes.
And I might choose another one for my number one for next week if nothing else gets fucking.
Did you make that intro?
Yeah.
I could
So-
tell because it said focus in there. I was like, damn.
That's actually
It's
you.
good,
That's
hey?
actually you saying in the last episode where I'm going dong, dong, wah, 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 and you're going flow focus.
I didn't hear
Really?
I didn't hear the focus.
I just
I
fucked
didn't
with
hear
the.
the
That's just a
focus.
taste of how talented you are.
Play it
Kyle.
again.
Please,
Play it
can you
again.
play it again?
Well,
Play it
all right. We'll play it
Let's
again.
go.
All right.
This is the
It's news
first
to me.
time we're hearing it.
First
yeah.
time,
man.
flow focus, new segment.
That's juicy.
I could rap with that.
Oh, you could, eh?
Yeah, that's-
you could rap on. You could rap on just about anything.
Do you
bro.
know what's actually crazy
Facts.
too? That when I was studying music, my mastering teacher, he was very big on trying to get us to like get into like the radio game and doing jingles and that. And we were like, oh no, that's fucking gay. Like we want to make music, we want to make rock music. And he goes, He goes, mate, do you know how much money you could charge for, like, say if Qantas hit you up for like a Qantas 30-second jingle? He goes, you know how much you could charge, mate? He goes, I know blokes that charge 30, 40 grand and they pay it for a little 30-second, like 10-second
Because that
thing
to
like
them
that.
is chump change as well.
Exactly. It's chump change. They use it on their radio ads, their TV ads. And at the time, I was like, nah, the whole class, we're all the same. We're like, nah, that's good. You know, we had a whole unit on making jingles. A whole unit, right?
You'd be good at that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
would.
it'd be fun too.
It'd be easy for you as well. You'd be in and out.
That took me fucking 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But the funny part is, though, with the jingles, our very first jingle. Now, this teacher, again, not a lot of people would have been able to survive the counts class because he was ruthless, bro. That was very tough love shit. Our first jingle, he roasted us that fucking bad. I almost wanted to cry. We made this jingle in there, for like 4 hours. We're putting it together. We made this, like, it was like a jingle for like a chicken shop or something. I'm like, yeah, someone chicken, come buy the chicken. We had the little music playing, and then we played it, and he just went, go do it again. And we went, and the whole class was like, what? He's like, go do it again. He's like, that is shit. And he just straight up just said it. And I'm like, this cunt. He's like, you done this wrong, you done this wrong. What the fuck is it? He goes, it sounds like you all just grabbed the mic each and were just yelling into the mic. I was like, well, that's what we did. He's like, go do it again. I was like, oh my God.
You know who does
I
jingles?
thought that story was going to go the opposite way. I thought you were going to say it sounded amazing. What was that?
No, we got grilled, bro.
Brett Creation does jingles. Does a lot of jingles. Yeah,
does he?
Yeah, he was on From Here to Forever on Uncut Gems.
Yeah, that was a good.
I see him. He always posts on his Instagram. He does jingles for little, like, pretty big brands. Like,
yeah, but yeah, it's a smart fucking thing to
yeah,
get
lucrative,
into.
man. All right, let's get into it.
All right, guys. Now,
Song number 1. What is it?
let me have a look through the playlist. Right. Well, once again, we're at 54 followers as well on the playlist, which is fucking dope.
Crazy.
Again, honorable mentions. Let's fucking do it. We've got Verse, once again, with his newest track at the time was No Mercy. You've got a guy, Prod by Z, which I'm pretty sure they're like a bunch of Swedish cunts. Give You Pulp again. His Red Flag song survived one more week because I thought it was that good. He also sent me a submission called Morphine, which got on there.
I love
that.
Morphine was one of my...
Yep. So shout out to you, bro.
Morphine was cracker.
Shout out to
Morphine was
Colin-
morphine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Colin Rover, Quinn Anthony, K.O. Kane, Chevy the Goodfella.
The Goodfella. Yeah, with
that
Equinox.
was-
With Equinox.
yes.
Oh, yeah. Is Equinox that Irish dude? He's
think
like,
so,
bro,
yes.
he's like, got dog circles like a panda.
That was a banger.
Bro, that was what I'm... Yeah.
That was a banger. So shout out to you,
So
man.
are these randoms from Soundplate and shit?
Yes,
That's
bro,
dope.
yes.
Bro, this guy, don't get me wrong, Chev the Chev the Goodfella,
The Goodfella.
he's cracker as well.
Yes,
But
yes.
that guy that he had, Equinox, I tried to search him up, but he doesn't have a Spotify thing himself, but his Irish accent on the beat was like actually fire. It was weird.
That's
like
mad.
not many people like if you're not a rap head, you'd be like, okay, whatever. But if you actually pick up on the lyrics, like we keep it street, like hardcore.
There's another one, Jason Rose, John VR, man. Morris as well. Morris, we've got some By Steven in there. JK47 once again. Buddha Smoke, shout out to Buddha Smoke. We've got Knox. And then we've got a bit bigger artists like Pot of Paper, Dreamville and all that. But yeah, all you guys, again, thank you for the fucking submissions, man. Some of these songs are fucking banger.
We should do like a thing, right? Where like I don't know how we would judge this, but after a certain amount of time, like maybe a winner or someone who's had the most submissions, repeated submissions every week, we'll do like a collab or something.
Oh, yeah. Fuck,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
they get
because
a-
some of these
they
guys you
win
can
a
wait.
collab.
I promise I've listened to some tracks and I have thought it would be cracker to get you on a track with them and or vice versa. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I don't know. This is a cool thing we're doing,
Yeah.
man. So thank you for submissions.
Thank
Keep
you very
submitting. Go to soundplate.com. You can find our playlist
All
on there.
through our website.
All through our website, tripjaggermafia.com.au.
Joey K, you go first because I'm the defending champ for this round.
So I'm in two minds. I said this is Tori coming in.
Here we go.
Iggy has come with the bangers lately. Like he's come with the feel goods. But I'm a rap head who really loves lyrics as well. I do like the feel good songs, but we're just, and then Tori's like, I'm never going to win like this. And then Tori's like, well, maybe you have to go and search for the bangers. I'm like, and like dishonor my code. I'm like, I should stay true because then if I fake to like this and then it flops, I'm like, I should have went with what I know. So I feel like I'm not going to win this week, but I'll crack. I
Hey,
can't.
I'm a rap head too.
show
If
me your
I'm
song.
really
Show me your
impressed by
song.
lyrics and flow, man, then I'll pick
What
that.
song is
you
it?
know
What
I'm
song?
I was gonna go someone like heavy, but go Chev the Your Turn. Go Your Turn by Chev the Goodfella and Equinox.
So that's
but
yeah.
specifically, I want to get the Equinox's verse as well. But there's a bit before Equinox's verse. I'm pretty sure it's just the hook or whatever. but and then go. I want to hear that. So it's kind of like
I'm keen to hear this.
Just before halfway.
Okay,
go from just before halfway.
This is a good one. This is a good one.
And listen to. I want to hear all the Irish guys at verse.
Your turn.
Like catch them. Catch those bars. Everyone listening, catch the bars.
There he goes.
Keep up.
One of God's own prototypes. A high-powered mutant of some kind never even considered for mass production.
Why you always found caught in a mess, opening doors for the broad to ignore with the wars in the chest, got you worn and depressed. Not a day gone and they on to the next. Real deep thoughts, yeah, I'm more than the rest. More than a storm, I'm a swarmer, flying killer bee, smoking weed, cigarettes, leave you freezing to death with the ice from my bars. Can you feel my cold breath as I reach for the stars?
Yeah, I reach for the stars.
Yo, what the fuck are you thinking?
What are you thinking?
My paper plane throws unfolds and crack big holes in the buildings. Won't stop till I'm raking in the millions, billions, trillions, all the way to zillions. Fight a humanoid crocodilians, start a revolution of civilians. I'm a thick-skinned kingpin, never really fit in. Wolf in a sheepskin, jumped in the deep end.
Wolf in the sheepskin, like wolf in the sheepskin.
Man, was a beast and I'm trapped in a shell. Hungry to feast and I'm born to excel.
Born to excel.
To a priest to put a cast on a spell.
Hey.
Monatomic gold that I drank from the grill.
Yeah.
Points so precise you could weigh it on a scale. Like
Weigh it on
what?
a yeah. Now this guy coming
She
up,
was
I
never
know
really yours, it was just your turn.
you got to hear this verse, TZ, all right?
She was never
Come
really
on.
yours, it was just your turn.
Come on, Equinox, where you at? Whoever's Equinox,
She was never really yours, it was just your turn.
let's go.
Yo, sit the far back and watch a weak
Sit.
bridge burn. Hey.
Fuck the wins, I count losses. Jump right in with them bosses. I'm the black sheep, the dark horse kid. Pen is the sharpest sword. We keep it street like parkour. We keep it green like par 4. I'm a fat lad. Got them dark rings like a panda. Cheeks all red, man, looking like I'm Santa.
I'm looking like I'm
Still blaze
Santa.
like a Rasta. You're not a bad man, you're a joker, that's Batman. You ain't been robbing, that's a fat sham. Simple and sweet, find
ain't
me on
been
the
robbing,
right hand.
Batman.
Used to buying grams and chat shit. Now I'm settled down, I just wanna rap, man. That's the fact. Peace in attack mode, man. I made racks in a trap phone and I made tracks in the map though. You're not in the band though. You ain't dealing blanco when you're feeling mad, bro.
You feeling mad, bro?
Watch on the wrist, exists
Yeah,
for
and
this
he just
shit.
jumps
I've got
back in.
mystical pricks,
Yeah,
'cause
hey.
they never coming close to
You're
me.
not in the,
These bars
you're
are
not
like
in
a
the
million
trap.
of a rosary.
Dylan Blanco.
Bro, that is
my
fire.
God. Oh my God.
That black circle's like a panda, red cheeks like I'm Santa.
Yeah, the
Oh,
bro,
man.
I like the dichotomy in the flows, man. Like how what was the Chevy
Chev,
comes
the Goodfella.
with the chopper sort of thing, and then the Equinox came in with the slower flow.
Yeah.
That, and the bars, the slower flow, and that's dope.
That
man.
might be hard to beat, man, because that was one of my choices, man. That was one of my
Hey,
choices.
do you hit up these people?
No, I haven't hit anyone up on this week.
I reckon.
wanna hit that guy.
I reckon Equinix and Chev, both of those. That was the song where I thought you'd be mad on a track. with
Imagine them three on
That's
a track,
what I mean, bro. I reckon you do like a
damn.
sci-fi, not sci-fi.
Damn.
What's classified as a sci-fi? How many minimum people is there?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
11.
Because I reckon it should be like a sci-fi song with you guys would be crazy.
I think you should hit the ones we listen to. We should try find the dudes and hit them up, because don't forget on SoundPlay it says that we might review the song on the podcast.
Yeah,
So people will want their track reviewed on the podcast, right?
So I'll tell them that we reviewed
Yeah,
it.
you know what I mean.
yeah.
We should hit them up and let them know. Look,
Yeah.
and
For
I
real.
appreciate that. I feel.
For real. Okay, so that was your turn by Chevy the Goodfella and Equinox, right? That's going to be hard to beat.
That's
But
dope, man.
my choice for this week, I'm going to give, I think it's ATG a chance, and The Giant, I Grind.
I grind.
Okay, right? This is the one, right? This is the one, right? Let's have a look. This is going to be a tough one.
Ant the Giant.
Let's see what we got.
He's cracker.
What a name.
Is that a submission? That song?
Yes.
Bro, I thought
Yes.
that was like a proper.
No, that's what I'm saying. So,
There's
Lad.
talent out there, bro. It's-
Shout out to Ant the Giant, bro. Shout out Ant the Giant. Here we go.
Oh, beats hard.
Ain't no other way to do it, man. I grind. Look, y'all already know what time it is. I'm about to kick it with a mean ass flow. Once a nigga walk in, I finna had the whole place jumping like a motherfucker. Try to break through the damn flow. I know. Y'all wasn't ready for the mind control. I put you under, but let's be real, man. I got the mass appeal. Was only a matter of time, and your days were numbered. Even Stevie Wonder could see that shit. You on my wave now, ho? Enjoy that trip. I got the skill,
Stevie
you can't
Wonder.
deny. Every time I hit the booth, I'm spitting fire. Like I'm dealing with the cops, I'm feeling wild. Nigga, I'm a beast mode, building up my empire. Let's go. I smell the sun of chaos in the air. That means the move is right to hit the lair. Yo, I be in the studio. I grind, nigga. Killing with the flow. I grind, nigga. Turn up at my show. I grind, nigga. Grind, nigga. I grind. Got fans around the globe. I grind, nigga. Finna get the dough. I grind, nigga. Just pass the microphone. Grind, nigga. Grind, nigga. I grind. Hey, Coming live and direct from the concrete jungle, nigga. Listen, this a global takeover. True. Independently, I'm making my name known in the game, finna blow like a supernova. You rhymes hotter than hell, but the flow so cold, nigga. My style's bipolar. You better recognize that I'm a force to be reckoned with. Let the Mandalorian with the flamethrower. The Mandalorian!
The Mandalorian! Bro!
Oh man,
What are we doing here, man? That's a hard one. This is a hard one.
Lyrically, he flowed on that. He spazzed on that.
See, that's a dude with experience, man. He's been at it a while.
Yeah, he has. You can
know what I'm
tell.
saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that shit's hard, man.
So look, you've got a tough choice here. I give it a second.
It's a real tough dude.
I'm going to give you a drum roll. Right. Let me know when you're ready. If in your head, let me know when you're ready. I'll play the drum roll. Drop your answer.
What are they? So that was Ant the Giant. The second
Ant the
one?
Giant.
What's the track called?
ATG. That's called I Grind.
I Grind.
Or
Ant the
it
Giant.
was Chevy the Goodfella and Equinox. Your Turn. They were both absolute bangers. This week's playlist, man, is a.
I'm telling you, I was going through it and I was like, wow.
Yeah, slapper.
Oh man,
Have a think.
No pressure. I won't talk to you for a few days if you pick. No, I'm joking.
This is to give me a 2-point lead or to tie it up, and they're both bangers. So there's no pressure. It's just what you thought was fire.
all right, I got it.
You got it. All right, let's have a little listen here.
You got the drum roll. All right, I gotta give it to Chevy and Equinox.
Oh, okay.
I gotta tell you, look, I grind. We got all the sounds now. Look, I Grind by Ant the Giant. That shit is right up my alley. That's my shit to a T, right? But so is the first one, right? But the thing is with Chevy and Equinox, what I kept going back to in my head, which made me feel like I had to pick it, was the flows, man. The flows, the Equinox's flow in that track, man, just really resonated with me. Because in my head, I'm tossing up, and then I kept thinking about the flows. I'm like, all right, I must pick that because I kept thinking about it. So, but it was a tough choice, man. They're both level playing field, head to head.
So is that 1-1 or
That's 1-1. That's 1-1.
Because the first one was a botch.
That's
so
1-1. That's 1-1.
Look, and also as a badge of honor in this playlist is if I immediately add your song to my personal playlist, which I'm going to do to both of those songs.
Yeah,
right
honestly,
now. So-
we should have like a little golden buzzer where if you get added to a personal playlist, that's the ultimate win. Like
he's got the Mark Holden touchdown from X Factor.
But what I'll do is, right, I'll hire a bunch of little dwarfs who will just stay in the closet on standby. When the buzzer gets hit, they come out, fireworks and like streamers and shit.
Yeah.
And then a dwarf stripper twerking.
Wow.
At the front.
And you only have to pay them half because they're half the size. You see, pay them half the
Pay them
actual
half.
rate.
Oh, well, I won't pay them until I'll do the
Until
whole like,
Snow White
I
comes
promise
on.
when we blow up, we'll pay you.
I want to find these dudes too, man.
Yeah,
and
let's hit 'em up.
At least just say, look,
hit 'em up.
man, we liked your song, man. Like,
Look, I'm not going to lie. Look, man, so Chevy the Goodfella and Equinox, they get moved to the top of the playlist, knocking Lemaire off the top. I'm not going to lie, ATG, you're probably going to survive another week because that's just
That's fire.
That's just absolutely fire.
I thought he was like you know how people put in a bit of Dreamville or pot of paper.
Yeah. No, that was a
I thought
submission.
it was, yeah.
Which that's what. No, bro, they were both submissions.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's what blew my mind. I didn't find them.
I thought you got both songs off.
No, they were two submissions, right? But can I just say one thing though? Can I say one thing?
Yeah,
I want to say
you can say
Just
one thing.
just one thing, right? Can I please say an honourable fucking mention to Byron Elliott? For the love of God, this is he's part of the group Bipolar. They put us on for the Sydney show.
Oh yeah, shout out those dudes,
Man, this fucking guy is a good fucking rapper.
Yeah, he is good.
Bro, this guy's voice is so fucking unique and the shit he's releasing. Can I just play a snippet of his brand new track called The Landing?
So how do you know him?
So he's the one that put us on our first show
Oh, nice.
for our Sydney show. He hit DZ up.
It was his show.
It was his show. They were the headliners, and they asked us to do a set. But can I just please play a bit of this guy's new song,
Let's
bro?
go.
This guy is... Even my missus was like, bro, fuck, this guy is good. So shout out to you, bro, because this shit is fucking fire. Listen to this, bro. This is...
What's it called?
The Landing.
The Landing?
Yeah. Oh,
The piano.
The
didn't see it in me. Guess that my disguise has worked. When I was rolling with them boys, you get your tires burst. We slept with loaded barrels underneath the mattress, and they told me if I get to shooting, put the soul round in first. Respect is mutual, that's the rules, that's just how it works. Can make a month of normal wages in an hour's work. In crowded rooms with sketchy faces and sour smirks. I grab the bag and you know that I'm about to count it first. I've come away from copping ounces and robbing houses. I'm not a stranger to rocking trousers on rotten couches.
Wow.
I've seen them
Just
cry
a
and
bit of
play
the
war,
chorus.
getting
Cadence,
half to
folks.
death, and boy, I played my part. I never stopped talking, I got about it. My honesty was what I never left the house without. But most of these cats have started trying to play like they were mouse around us. I played it cool, but now I need to air my demons out. I used to air the beam to stay protected when the fiends are out.
Instead I'm standing, trying to find a pool to put my hand in. I've been bending rules, I went from riding with the tool to jumping on another plane to go and do another show where I'm landing. Instead I'm standing, trying to find a pool to put my hand in.
Bro.
Those boys trying to fool around like they're mice around us, like
Bro,
that shit. Like,
man. So that will definitely be in the playlist
when
next
the,
week,
when the
man.
cat's
God
away,
damn.
the mice come out to play. When the cat's away, that bar.
Was that under a solo release of his?
Yeah, Byron
his
Elliott.
cadence, like his ability to just like mono, like I don't know. I can't even obviously.
I knew he was dope at the show, man.
Bro, his voice, it's so unique, his voice.
It's like not monotone, because monotone makes it sound like it sounds shit. But like, no, actually, no. He's monotone, like as in like he doesn't really like. It's not elevating his voice.
Yes.
It's like the flow, and then just
unreal.
But
man.
on the beat, it's like a wave.
That's dope, man. I love the
catches it.
monotone shit.
Yeah.
Like Gold Link. You know that Gold Link? That shit works,
He does
man.
it to the max though. He's like if you hit the dial and it went.
He's like not trying at all.
Go on, Link. Yeah, money. He's good. Don't get me wrong, but every song you'd be like, "Is this the same song?"
She see money all around me. I look like I'm the man. Anyway, that's Flow Focus.
Yes.
Congratulations to everybody. Dope
very
stuff,
much, everyone.
man. Keep them coming, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we've got another week. Tomorrow morning, I'll go through the fresh batch of submissions. Joey K, you got some homework again for another week.
Yo.
Send some things through.
I like it, bro. I got so much time to do it as well at work.
Send some things through.
And if you skipped Flow Focus and you're just tuning back in, welcome, and also fuck you. You know, but,
Yeah.
I know some of you will, because some of you aren't into music, and you're not gonna. You
I'm
just
into
will.
music. So are they alive? Are they breathing? Like, what's the go?
Hey, some people. it's
Music
just-
is life, bro.
yeah.
What do you do? Like, do you just sit in the car like a serial killer with nothing on, or
They're just raw dogging it all day at the gym. No
I
music.
just need
no,
to be mindful. I need to just hear the trees, and the trees haven't changed. They're still green. The leaves are green. The bark's brown. The sky's blue.
They're like sitting on the steering wheel and shit while they're driving. If you don't like fucking music, man, you're a fucking spawn of Satan, and you will be destroyed. Add him to my list of. Where's my novelty list of?
What?
I need to fucking scroll, bro.
Here's
What
a
is it?
feather in the ink.
St. Clair KFC. The KFC on the way to the fucking where was it, Byron?
Didn't salt your chips.
Yep. So who else was on that list? I can't even remember. Oh, what's that cunt's name? Jersey Joe from TikTok. People who don't like music for. What was the other one? There's a whole bunch. I can't even remember.
Dude on a podcast like 2 podcasts ago. You
Did
said
I?
someone else. I don't remember. Who
Did
it
I?
was.
Well,
Some dude.
fucking. Oh, fuck. This is why we need a dwarf in the closet writing shit down, because I forget half the time who's being destroyed. But you will be destroyed. I'm telling you right now, man.
He's like Asians. I'm joking. That's a joke.
That's a joke.
people above 3'11".
Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much, guys. Let's do. Can we do our red flags thing, please?
Yeah.
because
I've been looking forward
Some
to the
of
red
these,
flags.
I'm not, man. Our manager Tori, she sent us a segment idea for red flags, right? And one of them made me crack, like one of them made me laugh out loud, bro. I was like, "What?" I was like, "What made you think of this?" Right?
Can someone explain the rules to me? What is?
Okay,
I
here we
know
go.
very little about how
So
this
what we're
works.
gonna do is, we're going to. Let me find the fucking messages first. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna read out a list of red flags sent by our managers. Right? I'll do one at a time. We'll talk about it briefly, say our opinions, and then we're gonna come up as a group. Is that a red flag or not? Ding, tick of approval or brum brum. That's
And we
not
can
a big deal.
expand on it.
And we can expand on it. And that I should have got some cool sounds for that, but I didn't. But we got
That's all right.
a green tick, red flag. That's a yes. That's a kind of icks us out. That's kind of like, oh, like if your partner
Okay.
is that.
Is icks and red flags two different things? Because if your partner gives you does something and it's like
not
ick,
like an ick, but like a red flag. It's kind of like,
Is it the same thing?
No, should you like avoid
those people.
Avoid
Because
that
ick,
person.
You can like if
Ick's
you
a
love
bit-
someone, you can deal with the ick.
Okay, yeah, you're
but
right.
if it's a
you're
red
right.
flag, you're like,
Yeah, you're right. The red flag.
Similar.
That's
Similar.
a bit
similar.
more serious.
Yeah.
Red flag's a bit more
Like
serious.
if a girl rolls her ankle in high heels and goes, it does that thing where she catches herself and goes back. Is that enough to leave someone?
No, that's an ick.
That's an ick.
That's
Okay,
it. That's
yeah.
ick. Okay, guys, let us know in the comments if any of these kind of tickle your pickle or, fucking
Make you
jangle
chuckle.
your balls. So the first one she sent was they talk badly about their ex-partner. Interesting, right?
Ooh.
I kind of, I mean,
It depends. though.
depends though
What if
of
you're
the
the problem?
situation.
You might be the problem.
But that's why. How do you know? You won't know until you get balls deep in that relationship where you then maybe a couple of years down the track you go, fuck, this motherfucker's a bit of a narcissist. They're always talking shit about the ex or everyone else, but it's them. I've met a couple of people like that in my life in the past. It's not a fun time to be in. I'm not going to lie.
That's true.
It's very awkward and it's very like...
What when they talk about the ex badly?
No, not just the ex, about like
People
people
in
in general.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of like, it just gets to the point where like once you get to the fifth person, you're kind of like, oh.
But
hold on
is
a
that
second.
different than speaking about the ex? Because
Yeah.
there's more. If it's a friend, yeah, okay, maybe it's a bit toxic. But if they keep talking about the ex and badly, are they still hung up about something that they haven't got over? Doesn't necessarily mean. But are they taking up a bit too much space in their mind? And you're like, why are you so bothered? Because if you're bothered by something, it strikes a nerve of some kind, and then you're like, why is that still there? For like years later, because really, I don't know about you, but I've been in shitty situations in the past, like with exes and stuff, and it's like partially my fault, partially hers, and then, but I noticed that when I was completely healed from it, I no longer had harbored that. Not saying that you're not healed if you talk shit about your ex, but I'm just saying it could be a possibility. I'm just trying to be,
You guys are right. Because first of all, I feel you just shouldn't speak about people anyway when they're not around. Like that's a big thing. I feel like you just shouldn't do that.
I'm not on that board. I'm like, I like the gossip. I'm a gossip queen. I'm a gossip queen. Like, what you do?
But no, that's not necessarily so bad. But if you're speaking ill of someone when they're not around, no matter how bad they are, that means you got something in there. You're right. You're harboring something. There's something in you that is a bit of a problem. That you are reflecting.
Anger is a self-induced punishment over someone else's actions.
It's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die.
That's it.
So is it a red flag or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, red flag.
Yeah. But like, I don't know if it's a red flag meaning like, oh, I'm out of here, adios.
Yeah,
but
that's
just,
why, yeah.
But it's kind of like an orange flag.
Orange
it's getting
light.
to red.
It's a
like
bit more-
You know the blood oranges? You know the
yes.
blood oranges? Orangey red. You're like,
It depends how much too. If they say one thing offhanded, but if like the red
keep
flag
going
said,
back
they
to it.
keep talking about their ex,
Yeah.
then it's a red flag.
Okay. So that's a red flag.
have you
then.
seen his new girlfriend? Like, what the fuck? Where does she get off? And you're like,
Who cares?
Yeah.
Second one she said was friends and family are unsupportive of the relationship. Now, this is hard, right? Because you could say you're in a new relationship, you love this person, it's awesome, it's fun, it's cool, it's quirky, but the family are like unsupportive of you, or the friends are like,
Yeah, my
unsupportive.
family always say, but when Tori leaves, like, fuck that bitch. I'm like, I know, it's so... I know, right?
what are you thinking?
And I say to them, I'm like, yeah, fuck her. And then she goes, no, I'm joking. Yeah,
So-
that would be hard. But
That's a hard one.
There'd have to be something heavy that happened for that to happen, right? Unless they're actually...
Unless they're just pieces of shit.
Could
I
religion
disagree.
or something... Or what do you think? What do you think?
I disagree with both of you. I think it doesn't matter what your family thinks at first, because your family, especially the mother-in-law, probably not going to like your partner at first. Happens all the time. It's a thing for a reason. Mother-in-law, they're just going to be reluctant, especially mothers have an attachment to their children, especially their sons, that there's another woman coming into the fray. It's human nature.
Do you believe in that mother's intuition or the parents' intuition where they're like... Because like, oh, I know that person's bad, but I'm not gonna. And then they were bad, or is it just luck that they happen to be right?
It depends.
Because some people
too.
believe in that shit. They're like, I knew, I had a feeling in my gut.
How much does your family really know about your partner? They see a small glimpse about them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you got to let it play out and I wouldn't be deterred at first, at least. You know?
I agree. I don't think that's a red flag for me.
Yeah.
No, not
That's
a red
a-
flag. It just make the relationship a bit harder
At the start.
It's a bit of an obstacle,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't leave someone if I was like, if they didn't like talking. But that wouldn't happen. But that's the thing.
If they had a valid reason.
Yeah. It's hard if you're... oh, yeah, true. If your family are a piece of shit, though, and they don't like them, whatever, but if your family are gold-hearted and you're like, you can't floor them, and then they think she's bad, you're like, is there something? And you kind of second-guess, because I trust my family's judgment, why don't I like her? You know what I mean? Yeah, but not a red flag. Not a red flag.
Not a red.
It does depend, but
So not a red flag for
I'd
that
say
one.
not a red
For
flag.
us. It
Do
might
you
be for
agree?
someone else.
First one,
Yeah.
red flag. Second one, not red
Not
flag.
a red flag. Okay, so then she says, they just left a serious relationship.
No, not at
that
all.
won't be a red flag because there is some people out there that have to be in a relo. You know, there's always those couple of bitches in school where they
can we brush on this?
yeah.
Most people, including myself, but I had like 3 years or 2 years when I was not with anyone. But what is that? It's like emotional dependence, but it's like you just love having someone there. But is that unhealthy, or is that just you're giving into that feeling of belonging like every human craves, which is normal? Do you know what I mean? Like, are you not saying that you're weak emotionally and I'm talking about myself here at some point, I've done this as well. Like, but I don't know. I feel like there's a bit of weakness there, like in oneself, maybe. Not weakness, but like not in everyone, but there could be. People can use it as stepping stone relationships. Some people tee up relationships before they've come out of that one. If they know it's going to crumble, they'll start fucking planting their seeds elsewhere. And the next minute you see your ex a week later at the shops and so on, and they look like they've been together for months, and you're like, why'd you just get back to the bar? You got a tan? Did you go to Queensland? You're already doing trips together? How much is it? And then they overlap. Anyway, I just went a bit too deep in that, but yeah.
That one,
I don't think it's a red flag.
That's not a red flag.
I tried to say that's common, so it's not a red flag. But I'm just going into the point. I'm going into depth with, like, you know, what that means. Why is that such a normal thing? It's common.
That for me isn't a red flag.
Not red flag.
Because it's common.
But I think about it. Sometimes.
I don't think it's a red flag.
No.
I mean, but it depends how much they do it. You know, if they're serial data, you know, if that happens a lot, and it's like, I don't know.
What about if
they might be filling a hole that's missing in themselves, or something. I don't know. I wouldn't say.
And they do that by letting someone else fill that hole, literally.
Yeah, there you
go. So that one's not a red flag.
No,
not a red flag.
I don't think so.
Okay. Next one. She says, they just. Oh no, I just said that. Sorry. She says they are disrespectful to their parents. This is a big one for me. That's a massive ick as well, but also to the point where I'm like, oh, like why? Like,
and especially if they go hard in the paint,
like,
and they go, fuck off,
yeah, like,
mom, and they go, hey baby, you sweet,
yeah,
like,
yeah, it's like, oh, it's like, why are you
they're disrespectful to their parents?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're with Rose.
You
right?
walk in the
And
house.
hold up, you walk in the house. She's like, oh, I just thought you'd go nice. She's got a nice little pizza, some popcorn, maybe some sweets. This has no relevance to the story, but I'm just trying to set the scene. And then all of a sudden, her mum walks past and she's like, hey, how's your night? She's like, Mom, shut the fuck up.
I'm with my boyfriend, Mum.
Mum,
Like,
shut up. Dylan, hey, Dylan, tell her.
Yeah.
It gets you on their side. Yeah.
And
Like,
weird.
and you're like, yeah, shut the fuck.
That's a big.
It's a
that's
big red flag.
Yeah, for me, that's a big one.
Big red flag.
Yeah, that's definitely a red flag, man. Just be kind.
Like
I've been guilty of being short or being abrupt with my mum back at, like I've been a lot better nowadays, but my dad, my mum, sometimes I'd be abrupt, or I wouldn't be a full cunt, but at the same time, if I had a kid that spoke to me like that, I'd be like, I'm gonna beat your ass. You know?
I'm gonna get you, boy.
Yeah, I've done it like around like partners and stuff, and it's not nice. It's not nice, especially because they say how you treat your mother is how you will treat your missus, which kind of goes hand in hand.
We've never been like that, eh? With my mum
never.
and that. Yeah, we've always been very respectful to our parents.
Never. I would never speak to any of my family members like that, man. That's
You did shit
up.
that upset them and did stupid
Yeah,
shit when you were a kid.
I did stupid shit when I was a
but
kid,
when you
but
were talking, like, we never argued with
I
mum.
never spoke.
Because like
I've never argued with my mum ever.
Yeah,
Not one.
yeah.
There's times where I'll admit I've said some shit where I'm like, that's just me dealing with my own shit. But then it's like you see the look on their faces and you're like, and like you think they've done the most horrendous thing, and it's the exact opposite of that. It's your head just going, it's like a baby, like this is the worst thing. A baby hits their knee and they cry because it's the worst thing that's happened. And I'm just like, oh, you feel gross, you know what I mean? But with age, you mature and you see that like your parents are just humans
Looking
as well.
out for you.
But they're just looking out for you. You've been in their world for so long, you know what I mean? Treat them like that. So yeah,
that's
red flag,
red
definitely.
flag,
Definitely.
So I think the score's 2-2 now. 2 red flags, 2 non-red flags. Then she says they have no work ethic. That's another. Yeah, that's a hard one. They have.
That's a layered. That's a layered. Answer.
That's a. You could dissect that like an onion.
Well, let's do it. Let's peel those onions, baby.
I think work ethic, as in if they don't want to work, that's different to not wanting to do anything. If they don't want to work for someone else, but they're really passionate about something, they really want to do something, like they love art or they love makeup or hair, whatever. At least they're ambitious, you know, and they want to do something. If it's work ethic, but if they don't want to do anything and they just want to sit around and watch TV.
Well, we're talking work ethic.
But like, does work ethic apply to I would say this is work ethic for us. You know, it's hard for us to come do this every week, but we're passionate.
If
It's
Rose
work
had
ethic.
work ethic in Pilates and she didn't teach the class, she just went and she's like, this is me working, right? But it doesn't bring home the bacon. You need some money.
That's true.
Because it makes your life more difficult.
guess-
And then you
I
have
guess.
before you know it, you have some yoga instructor teacher that's not even doing classes for anyone. She's like, I'm just living my truth. And you're like, yeah, but I need money. I want to go to the Bahamas one day. I want to.
That's a good point.
Do you know what I
man.
mean?
That's a good point.
I know for women, it's a bigger ick for their man to have shit work ethic than it is for a guy to have that same outlook at a woman because
We provide.
yeah, especially if your girlfriend's attractive as well and you love that person, you put on the blinders to that stuff. But women, they want security more than we crave it because naturally we're the breadwinners. Which I obviously nowadays it's still not obviously equal pay, but you know more women get after it now than ever before. You know what I mean?
What do you think?
Yeah, I know that's a hard one for me. No work ethic, as in the point where like they're like taking days off work just because that. Yeah, big red flag. But you know, if my girl wants to just lounge around and she's gone to work, she's made her daily salary, and she wants to lounge around and do fuck all, happy days. I love being that. I love being that guy that's always doing shit. That's just me. So I'm happy with that. But if she was like starting to take days off work, like work
To sit
and
around.
shit,
Yeah, let's assume that's that.
yeah,
'Cause
if that's the case, then that's a big red flag.
I would say that's a red flag.
I'd say red flag.
If we're saying red flag as in like it's a warning that you might not want to get in a relationship with this person, I would say that's a red flag.
Yeah.
red flag.
Definitely.
They don't have any friends. That's another hard one, man, because they could just be a fat little stinky fucking chubby cheek, blonde head, freckle faced
that's
nerd.
a maroon. That's a maroon flag. That's the flag's on fire.
Yeah.
Get out. Get the fuck out.
No friends.
Yep. Go. Take it away, Daisy.
But like, let's say she's like a 10 out of 10 Russian supermodel, but she's got no friends though.
That's even worse because usually you get leeches that at least pretend to be your friend. If you don't have your friend when you got money,
I'll say something. Rose doesn't have many friends, but it's not because she doesn't. She is very, very intelligent. She's very super intelligent, and she just doesn't vibe with most people.
retards.
Most seriously.
did I
but
just
it's
diss Rose not knowing?
No, she has friends. She does have friends. She does have friends, but it's not a lot.
when you
Like,
got
I feel
kids
like
and-
most girls don't really have.
When you got 8
apart
kids,
from
right?
you guys, because your friend group's very strange. But most women,
That's true.
most women tend to have less friends than the man, right? After they leave school, they leave home. The girl, it's harder for girls to really just keep up with their girlfriends. I feel like anyway. She does have friends, but what I'm trying to say is it's not by them not wanting to be friends with her. She's just a homebody.
Does she say
she
she's-
likes being home, and she likes different things to what most people our age are into and like, and that's fine. You know what I mean? And she does have friends she keeps up with.
Can
and
you
she
see
talks a
these
lot.
friends? Are they like? She doesn't like go. Hey Jennifer, and you're like, no one else is here, and she's like,
Oh yeah, imaginary friends.
No, I'm just going off my experience. So obviously these fucking questions are like, you know what I mean?
The thing with you two, though, is you're very social butterflies, and your partners are too. Yeah. All outgoing,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
you all have the same friends.
And you think that everyone is like you. Not everyone, but you're like, sometimes when I crack jokes to randoms, they're like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, oh,
Who's this idiot?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you two think it's a red flag?
No. Well, now that you put it like that, because I'm only going off a specific person in my brain.
Not a red
so
flag.
You guys are thinking of they have no friends, not by choice. They have no friends because they can't make any friends.
I was thinking
That's what you're thinking.
because they have short-term relationships, and eventually their friends just leave them all the time. But that's the thing. I'm going too specifically in my head, but. It's hard because for me it would be personally because I'm such the opposite.
Social
where I
butterfly.
need that break. I need her to have her friends, so every now and then she can go to Percy Plunkett for breakfast and she can go hang out, and I can have time at home or spend time with my mates, and then to hang out with friends together. I love hanging out with like Iggy and all the boys and all the girls there, and then just like all like. But that's me. So for me it would be a red flag, but I can understand for other people it wouldn't.
Yeah, not a red flag for me. Not a red flag.
So that's not a red flag. That's our first split decision.
That's our first split decision.
Like zero friends. Okay.
Yeah, unanimous
But
decision.
a red flag, say you meet someone for the first time and they don't have any friends, would that stop you from...
Yeah, now, okay, yeah, because I act like I'm a full cutthroat guy. I'm a fucking teddy bear, but I'm like, fuck. All right, I'm going to go with no red flag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
'cause I
it's
gotta-
too late. It's too late.
Oh, is
Split
it?
decision.
It's because it's not a red flag anyway, because it was 2-1. But let's just to make it interesting.
Okay.
Joey
Okay.
said not red flag.
But it's hard to judge what is a red flag and what's like how.
And if the person's amazing and you're like, what are you going to do?
How extreme are we going with the red flag? You know
But
what I
I'm
mean?
you should-
talking guillotine.
Yeah, but you should assume the worst because otherwise you can go, she's got like 2 friends. And then you're like, you should just go nothing, like no friends. Like no friends, or it's like the first question.
That's true. I like that.
I mean, if you're doing it,
Assume the worst.
Even the bad work ethic. I'm talking like eating Doritos, scratching a pussy with the same hand, and licking off the Dorito dust. Like I'm talking like no work ethic. That's what you got to take
That's
it
a better way
Yeah.
to do it. All right, I'm gonna from now on. I'm gonna assume the worst.
The worst, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
I'm talking fat bitches
Yeah.
eating
Yeah.
Doritos and
Because I tend to be
pussy
realistic
hair
with
dangling
these.
down
Yeah.
to the floor.
Yeah.
When I
Plaited
hear-
pussy hair,
Flossing with her pubes.
flossing with her pubes, big black bitches not thinking Drake's eggplant's huge.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking.
When I hear these questions, I tend to try to be realistic. You know, like middle
Yeah.
ground.
No,
But I like,
worst.
Yeah, or the worst.
Absolute
That's
worst.
Because then we're
Yeah.
always going to be like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
You're
Okay.
right. Yeah, absolutely. Right.
So next one, they cheated on you. Oh, they cheated on their last partner for you.
Red flag. Big
Yeah.
red flag. Big.
nah,
red
I'll let
flag.
it pass. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah, because you'll always be like, will
Yeah.
she do that to me?
Yeah.
That's easy,
Red
man.
flag.
That's easy
Easy.
for me. man.
They're rude to hospitality workers. Examples: waiters or cashiers. That's another.
That's a ick.
That's
That's a red flag.
That's a yeah. That's a
Imagine
big,
the awkwardness.
like.
I said more fucking Parmesan
Yeah, they
trees.
complain. That's a red flag. That's a
Red
red flag for
flag.
me for sure.
Red.
It's a personality trait. It's like,
Yes.
You're a cunt.
and none of us would like that type of person because we're not like that at all. Like, you're not gonna have some nice guy get with a bad bitch that just fucking abuses everyone. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's the worst. They think they're king shit.
And it's like it's their fault. Like you did this. It's like, bro, I'm
Yeah.
just working for $14 an hour. Or whatever.
They can't apologize without saying I'm sorry, but
Little bit
I'm
of
sorry,
red flag.
Did Tori mean that about me? That's very specific. I always go.
this is Joey.
This is Joey. I'm like, she puts a speak pipe of me going mid argument. I'm like, I'm sorry, but like,
this motherfucker.
I think that is a red flag.
Yeah, that's a bit.
That's a big personality.
I'm
thing.
sorry, but
as if you
can't-
as
no
if you haven't done
accountability.
it. Everyone's done it.
No
though.
accountability,
Have you never
though.
done that?
Well,
Come on. Oh, but
but
with the worst.
It's not
Okay,
a
the
real
worst.
apology. It's not a real apology.
It isn't.
though.
It isn't. But you
It's a
haven't.
fake
But
apology.
you haven't done it, but then corrected. You haven't been like, I'm sorry, but fucking no. But I'm sorry, but. I try to put them in the same sentence. I'm sorry, but then you should be like, does it? What if you took it with 10 minutes and we went, but like. I don't mean it.
No.
Like I take back that sorry. I just want to let you know I'm sorry.
No, you
but
need-
I just want you to know
You need to say
that the reason why I done this was that. But I shouldn't have done it. So it's two butts in. No,
This-
no,
this,
no.
this must be a regular occurrence for you. By the sounds
you
of
got to
it.
say I'm sorry. Full stop.
And
I
2
would
days
never
later-
I'm in the therapy chair right now.
I will
Go.
never do this again. I didn't mean to hurt you.
But
You know, my tea's gone cold. I'm wondering why.
got out of bed.
Got
at all.
out of bed at all. Full stop. Sorry. No buts. You can't. The second you put butt in, you lose. Yeah, I know. You lose.
Maybe I'll say a mental butt.
It's not about winning and losing, but yeah,
true.
It's about if
That's so true. We're going like we're doing a tally like Tory 1, Joey
me
no,
2,
no,
but-
it'd be Tory 300, Joey half. I'll be like I kind of won that one.
you're still trying to get a one up. Like, yeah, it's if you're genuinely sorry, you're genuinely sorry.
Yeah.
But if you're not sorry.
I
you're not sorry.
always am, but it is hard. I will admit I have trouble like initially. Like I'll
not saying. the word
not say
but.
sorry, but I'll drag it out just to put my point across sometimes, and then be like, and then I'll sometimes get her riled up a little bit, and then I'm like, I don't do it on purpose, but then I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, she's like, we could have got to this point so earlier,
Yeah,
but
if
we've
you
gone
do, yeah.
through the mud, the trenches for what? And I'm like, but. No,
There's always
But
the
yeah,
but.
it's- that one was personalised
Get
for me. Thanks, baby.
So
So red flag or
yeah, red flag. Red flag.
Am I going to red flag myself?
So
I'm gonna red card myself.
Joey's getting done.
Joey's
I'm
a
gonna
red
set
flag.
off for 10.
And they're still friends with their ex.
Depends.
Depends on the situation, I guess.
I don't think it's a red flag.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, like, for how long though? If they're lifelong, I think if they're friends with the ex, and then it kind of like it's more normal for me. Like, you're friends with your ex, and then after a while, you're friends, but you're not texting that person. If they're like
amicable.
like if there's a post and you're like, oh yeah, but it's just completely platonic, just not every now and then. She's not taking time out of a day to be like, I just got to FaceTime. What's his face? You know what I mean? You're like, hey, you're in
that's
bed.
weird. Yeah.
Hey, did he hit you from the back? Did he blow your back out? Yeah, she likes that. Like, what the?
So not a red flag?
I wouldn't say, man. I wouldn't say.
Okay.
No, not a red flag.
She then sends my ones.
Actually,
My ones.
Low.
My ones.
But I'm not going to lie, these are more icks, which is a complete different segment. But I'm still going to read them out because one of these made me laugh out loud. She goes, my ones, lol.
She had her one.
This is the one that made me laugh. They clap when the plane lands.
yeah, that's so true. That's a good one.
They clap when the plane lands. They only use Apple Music. When he gets out of the car and you can see his butt crack, they play golf.
They play golf.
They play golf. No show socks. Uses an Android. Doesn't have a bed frame. Sucks food off their fingers. Doesn't have a duvet cover. I don't even know what a duvet cover is.
duvet.
And shorts that go over the knees.
Oh my god, because she spent time.
Yeah, she was thinking,
Hey,
man.
I use an Android. Right?
He's a
one
flip.
that flips.
That's a double ick. That's a fucking.
That's fucking fire, bro.
His Android's a flip phone.
Oh my God.
No.
But I do hate.
Oh my God.
I do hate the no-show socks. That
Yes,
shit is.
that is
I hate
disgusting.
that
I
shit.
don't want to see ankles.
Yeah, the no show. They were in once.
Apple Music's like another weird one. Like, why?
Yeah.
Just use Spotify.
Yeah, it's like being on a plan still.
Yeah.
Wait.
The clapping when the plane land made me crack up.
Does anyone do that in real life?
I don't. No, people. Everyone does. Like, every time almost. I hear. But I've never gone in like being a part of it.
I'm pretty sure I started a plane clap once.
Did you?
But I think that's when we landed in Ibiza.
But that's for the satisfaction of you starting it. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I can't remember anyone doing that. But that is weird if someone did do that.
Yeah.
And well, I rate, me and Tori always, when we're on the plane together, we always rate the landing. We don't clap,
Yes.
but I'm like, we don't even don't even speak about it anymore. It's got to the point where we just know and we're like, it was a 7. Like, because if it's like, sometimes they land and
It's
you
like rough,
almost
like-
can't, no, but some you can't tell, like, some you like,
Yeah.
you bounce, like,
You got a scorecard?
yeah.
You can tell that's the apprentice landing the plane for the
Yeah,
day.
of course. Yeah.
He's on his traineeship.
That's our red flag
That
segment,
was
man.
fun, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you very
thank
much
you,
to our
Tori.
manager for sending us those.
Thank you.
That was a bit of fun.
I'm sure she's got a whole bunch of ideas.
Yeah, we'll do that every now and then, man. We'll throw that in.
Chuck that in.
And Tori's got Guzman's because she wanted to be a bit healthier, but she wanted a bit of chips. So they put her extra chips in. So my box is loaded, right? Okay. And I'm like getting in there. She's like, check if it's all there. I check. But I lift up only enough for the fries and the burger and the wrap and shit. And I just assume that everything's under there. Correct. Because it's been correct for now. No, you need to check 100% of that meal. You need to check every crevice of that box. I got home and I got to the chips. I always eat half the chips.
You still don't know.
Half the, you still don't know. I ate half the chips. I go to see the wing. I just see one big piece, and it was bone-in chicken. I was just like, it was one piece. And I was so angry, and Tori's like, you remind me of an obese person when you get angry about takeout. Because I get ticked off. My one, yeah, she goes,
I can picture him, eh?
yeah, I go, these cunts work at KFC, bro. And she goes, yeah, but they're on minimum wage, bro. They don't give a fuck. And I'm like, but if you can't make it at KFC or Macca's, you can't make it anywhere, bro. And then she's like, wow. She goes, you can have some of my chicken. I'm like, it's the principle. Like, get my wicked wing order right, bro.
So, news. The news you can trust. The news corner. The news corner. Only believe what we say and nothing else. Whatever we say, you don't have to fact check on Google.
I got 2 today if we have time for it, but one's not really a. You know.
Let me start, right?
Yeah.
Because mine's not worldly news. Well, it kind of ties into worldly news, but. Oh, fuck yeah. I watched the Bob Marley movie on the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you rate it?
Well, can somebody please tell me what the fuck they were saying?
Is it like hard Jamaican? Like, yeah, man.
Patois.
Patois.
The actors fucking nailed it. Mind you, what blew my fucking mind, I didn't put fucking subtitles.
Really?
Bro, I'm telling you, man, I did not have a fucking clue what the movie was about.
You couldn't make up the gist?
No, bro, no, man. I'm telling you, bro, ask my girlfriend.
What if you put subtitles? You watched the movie in the...
At the movies.
Oh, okay.
I want to watch it again with subtitles. It was a good movie, and
You think it was a good movie?
No, it was a good movie. So it was covering the part of his life right after his assassination attempt. So for those of you who don't know...
I don't know his life. I don't know anything about his life.
Well, for those of you who don't know, someone tried to shoot Bob Marley because in Jamaica back in the 70s, there was very badly corrupt with political parties. So example, like our Labor and Liberal fighting for power, but those government parties were using criminal gangs to do assassinations and shit on certain people and high public figures. That's how bad it was. So Bob Marley at the time, he had already released a bunch of music and he was quite successful. And then he was planning a concert to do a peace thing for a Bring Jamaica Together type thing, right? So before the concert, one of the opposing political party put a hit on him. They missed, shot his friend like 6 times. Bob Marley's wife at the time got shot at like point blank. The reason she only survived was because her dreadlocks sponged the bullet. Sponged the bullet, so she survives. He got shot in the arm. He survived. So everyone who got shot survived. So lousy fucking hitman.
Yeah, what the fuck? How manky are your dreads as well that the bullet just goes...
That's what I'm saying.
They're pretty manky.
Yeah, like they're like stinky, thick-ass dreads, right? The bullet gets sponged in.
Jamaican superhero.
Yeah. Right? Hectic. Then he hides away in London, and that's where he wrote one of his biggest albums, the Exodus album, which is in London. But there was a scene where Bob Marley and his wife were arguing, right? And I just leaned over to my missus and I was like, dead set. I was like, what are they arguing about? And she just starts cracking up. She's like, I got no idea. And we're like, fuck. We're both sitting there like...
So the whole movie, you were just like,
I had no idea, bro. Not a clue. I could hear a random word and then I was trying to piece together what they were talking about. But other than that, good movie.
I heard that the movie, which I thought was weird, I feel like if they were going to do a Bob Marley movie, they should have done the story of his life. But I heard that it's not really like... No, the story of his life, it starts at a certain point of his life and it just shows that certain period.
It's about the assassination.
I would have liked...
They should have done like a biopic. Like a full-on... Yeah, but anyway, I heard it was pretty average from what I hear. But
yeah, look, it was good. Like, it was interesting.
But is it good if you can't understand it?
Well...
That would piss me right off. I'd walk out. I'd want to walk out, bro. I don't walk out of movies. I never give up on the movies. I was
fully acting my father. Yeah, that.
Yeah, all that shit.
The actor fucking nailed it. I also didn't know that Rastafarians.
It's a religion.
It's a fucking religion.
Is it?
That started in the 1930s or something.
Does their Jesus have dreads?
Yeah,
a lot of it is weeds.
Yeah.
Weed stuff.
A lot of them... No. So what it is it's like, I think it started in the 1930s. So it's a new religion. It's not like it's only been around like fucking, 80, 90 years, mate. 100 years maybe, whatever the fuck. What's
90 years, about 90 years.
90 years, right?
That's a baby.
I didn't know that. And so I looked it up, did a bit of research on it. So, so what it is a lot of Jamaicans, they actually do believe that Jesus was black. And and one of the reasons was, I don't know why, there was a Ethiopian prince. Forgot the guy's name, right? But that Ethiopian prince, a lot of Jamaicans at the time believed he was like a messiah, like a messenger from God, right? And they call their messenger or whatever Jah. That's why they're always going Jah, whatever. And that's why, and they don't say you, them. They've been doing LGBTQ shit for years. They don't say you, them, they. They say I, because they believe those words divide the people. So that's why they go, yeah, I okay, man. I okay. Yeah, I and I. I didn't know that. I thought they were just fucking stoned out of their billy goats.
So, I've learned a little bit about patois because I followed this guy and I thought it was interesting. He's a white Jamaican, grew up in Jamaica. And so I actually went down the rabbit hole and I listened to a whole podcast of him. So he was explaining that, like they say I and I. So if I'm talking about you and me going to the store, you go, I and I. Me went to the store, I and I went to the store. Like they...
But you don't know who... Yeah, I guess because then him and...
Because I, it's like we're all one.
Yes.
Everyone's one.
Well, I guess when you use he and that, you don't know who they're talking about unless they're right there, right? So it's no difference.
Patois is cool, man. It's fucking cool. It's just like a
variation.
It's good to know
there's a kind of depth to it, which I didn't think. I thought they were all just, like you said, stoned off their heads.
That's what I thought. But the big...
They are, but they just know what they're saying.
The big weed thing, the reason why they love their pots so much is because... That religion, Rastafari, they believe that the weed, again, natural plant that God put on the earth, they smoke it and that helps you get in a meditative state. And that helps them come closer to their God. That's why they love the marijuana.
Makes sense.
It's absolutely insane, bro. Like I was watching like documentaries on YouTube and shit on Rastafarians living in the jungle and shit. These motherfuckers are climbing fucking 10-foot fucking coconut trees with a machete, chopping coconuts, no harnesses, nothing, just holding onto the tree with a blunt in the cunt's mouth. He's going...
Yeah.
And I'm looking, I'm like, what the fuck? And then the little white dude filming on the floor, like looking up, like I'm like, what? I'm like,
they think nothing bad can happen as long as there's a doobie in your mouth.
yeah.
In what
It's like,
movie
what
scene
the
ever?
fuck,
does
man?
something
I was like,
happen?
these motherfuckers are crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know that, man. It's a full on religion.
Wow. But I feel like you can only. It wouldn't be long. Like I'm sure this has happened where some people just like weed because they like the high, but they just go, oh no, I'm Rastafarian. Like I just don't like that. But if you're sitting there playing Xbox for 15 hours and like beating your dick, yeah, it's just like, are you doing it because of the Rastafarian or?
Absolutely insane.
It's a cool culture.
That's crazy.
Very cool culture.
They're very chill and they're very like.
Maybe they should have Hollywooded it up a little bit in terms of like a little bit less of a thick up, but then it's less authentic.
Where do you think Jamaica is on the map?
Good question.
Because I only found out recently. Like, where would you think if you had to guess what region?
I'd guess near Hawaii, in between Hawaii and.
It's very close to America,
Europe.
isn't it?
It is.
Yes.
Close to America.
Very
It's the
close.
West Indies, man. I didn't know that. Like, it's very close to America.
Like closer than Hawaii.
It's off the east coast of America.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I don't know why. I don't know where I thought it was. I would have thought it would have been closer to Africa or something, like around that region. But no, yeah, it's next to America. Same with Haiti and Dominican
I imagine
Republic.
it being like, I haven't been to Miami, but Miami vibes, but just more palm trees.
And more weed.
It'd be very tropical. It's like tropical, like
Yeah.
you know, Fiji sort of vibe.
Yeah, and then Bob Marley dies very young at the age of 36 due to cancer.
Cancer,
and it was a very, very rare type
Severe
of cancer.
cancer?
Too. No, it was just rare. It was I don't know if now it's different, but at the time it was a rare type.
Do you
of
remember
cancer.
what it was?
Can't remember. Let me look it up actually. But yeah, it started in his toe.
Whew.
Now, how fucked up is that? So he's just looked at his toe and it's looked a bit funky.
Yeah.
Turned out the whole time was a rare type of cancer.
I was gonna
Chopped off his
say,
toe.
that's like
Might have saved him.
when someone says you have toe cancer, you're like, oh, okay, I can pull through.
Yeah,
but
because your toe
cancer's
sounds
cancer.
less severe. Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
can't
so
tell.
it was a skin cancer, ALM, acral
Give it a crack.
lentiginous melanoma. So it's a type of melanoma. Very aggressive.
I'd be so worried if you were my doctor and you're looking at your phone like, you have lenting. You're gonna die.
But that's the thing. They did say, bro, we could probably save you if we chop your toe off, but he didn't want to do it.
You didn't want to, really?
Yeah, he turned it down.
I was gonna say, just chop the toe off.
So he turned down the chopping off of the toe, but then he eventually said, okay, what we'll do is they did a type of skin graft where they took off a bit of the skin from the toe to try chop away at it, but it didn't work though. Something along those lines.
Did he have a reason why?
Yeah, it was against his Rastafarian beliefs.
It's not natural.
It's not natural. Didn't want to chop his toe off, and that's the thing too. Is that like in the movie, there's a scene where like he's produced, because at the time they were selling a shit ton. They were on a full fucking European tour and shit. They were selling out stadiums and shit, and the producer or his manager, whatever, was like, Bob, just chop the toe off. He's like, nah, not doing it. Respect.
It's like because maybe he thinks Jamaican always 10 toes, and he can't say, "I'm 10 toes."
How are you going to
Oh,
climb
9
trees
toes.
without your toe?
I found out too. He was pretty short. He was a short guy.
Yeah,
I didn't know
short
that.
kings.
Was he?
Yeah, Bob Marley apparently he was short. Apparently he was like 5'6" or something.
Maybe his
5'7".
his dreads gave him a bit more height.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
Didn't know that.
So yeah, I'm now a full Rastafarian.
Nice. You just can't speak it.
It comes next week. It comes next week.
I'm wearing
in the
like full
dreads,
dreads.
You're just gonna hang out with a bunch of Jamaicans smoking. They're gonna be like, "Hey, Iggy, man, hey, and I go to the store in a minute." And you're like,
Iggy's a cool. Iggy, they love your name.
Yeah,
too.
Iggy, man. Like, Iggy.
But did you see? Actually, his grandson now is releasing music. Did you see that? Grandson.
His first song blown up all over TikTok.
Yeah.
These roads of flames
Yeah.
are catching on fire. If you want to suck
yeah.
my cock. Yeah, that's his grandson, YG Marley.
I got one for you. Did you see? I don't know if you. So, Donald Trump went to SneakerCon. You didn't hear about this?
He released his own sneaker.
He
It's like a
released,
gold
he
sneaker.
released a pair. He released 3 types of shoes. One's a gold sneaker. It's called Never Surrender. The sneaker. It's a gold high top. It's ugly as fuck. $400.
Yeah, right.
Never Surrender. And then he also released 2 other ones. One's a red one called the Red Wave, and another one's called POTUS. And the POTUS ones look fucking pretty cool. They're fucking good shoes, man. And they're $299 or $199. Sorry, so $200. And then he also released perfume for men, perfume for women.
Oh shit!
He released like a
He's
cologne.
doing it all, eh?
Because I think they're saying because he's got some court cases and shit, and they're trying to like drain him of his money, and like he just goes releases. They're sold out within minutes. They only made 1,000 of the gold shoe, so the gold shoe's super rare. Made 1,000 of them, sold out instantly, right? And I went online. I was trying to buy some of those fucking some of
The
those.
gold ones?
No, the white ones that look good, bro.
What are they called? POTUS.
Yeah, POTUS 45. I think
How do you spell it?
POTUS 45. Just type in Trump shoes.
Yeah, I did. Only the gold ones are coming up.
What do the gold ones
Trump
look like?
Trump POTUS 45 or should put POTUS 45.
Oh, those
shoes.
ones.
Yeah, the
They
white
actually
one.
are
Yeah,
kinda cool.
They're fresh, bro.
They're the white ones.
And the red one too.
Yeah.
Type in Trump Red Wave. You'll see. I'm not a fan of the red ones that much. Like I'm not never.
They actually made a Trump shoe.
It's weird, eh? Like who would have thought that a president of the United States?
Red wave? Did you say?
Yeah, Red Wave. I'm not a fan of the bright coloured shoes. You
Yeah,
know, you
neither
see
am I,
people
yeah.
wearing those bright red, full on red shoes. It's a bit like that, but they're not bad.
Show me the red ones. I'll put a picture on the.
Is that what it is?
I'm pretty sure.
Bro, I'd wear them to the gym, bro. They're actually kind of cool.
Yeah, they're pretty fresh.
But you
man.
can only wear them with certain. Oh, they go with colors, but you just got to be. You got to think more when you throw those on, rather than just black shoes. You know what I mean?
yeah, right.
Yeah,
And,
but he's-
and he released a cologne for women and a cologne for men as well. What a crazy guy.
But like he would not have anything to do with these. He'd just get people going, "Hey, make this, make that. I'll give it the yes or the no."
Yeah,
That guy's got his
100.
hand in literally everything, bro.
yeah.
But it's crazy when you have that much esteem. It just goes to show, like, you can basically print money. He's printing money. Like,
Yeah.
he could release anything.
And it will sell.
It
yeah.
will sell out instantly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's a few people like that, man. Like, celebrities, if they just release lipstick, toilet paper, it'll fucking sell instantly, man. So he sold them for $4.99, right? Or $3.99, and they made 1,000 of them. So
Yeah, right.
whatever $3.99 times 1,000 is, that's how much he made. I think it's like $400,000 or something like that in less than an hour.
Genius. Yeah, he's a genius. I can't wait to meet this guy.
Yeah,
I feel like he's the dad I never had, Donald Trump.
he's a funny dude, man.
I love him.
You'd be wearing the Trump shoes when you approach him.
I love him. Like,
I
honestly.
was a bit, at the start I was a bit skeptical.
at the start, I was very skeptical, but then when shit started coming out and I started doing a bit of rabbit hole digging, tinfoil hat shit, I was like, bro, this guy's he's gonna save the world.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally a superhero. He's like an old white sexist superhero.
And then you see Joe Biden. This guy keeps
Oh
coming.
my
Every
God.
day I see stories of Joe Biden fucking up something. He's always fucking up
Well,
something.
they're coming at him for the charges he got a while ago about him holding on to classified documents, similar to what Trump had done in the past, and he didn't. What did he do? He just withheld it or something, and then people are questioning, like, the reporters go like, what do you think? What do you say to people saying that you're not in the right mental state or your memory? They took shots at his memory, you know what I mean? And he was like, my memory's fine, blah blah blah. And then, how they always, someone has good press training when they just combat the question and just leave the reporter like, you didn't answer my question, but they go, next please. Or next please.
they
You know what I mean?
deflect.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Man, I got two things, but this one real quick one. You see, John Jones was heckling a comedian
I
once.
saw that.
He
He
did
was
that
drunk,
night
yeah,
out.
he was drunk
He was pissed, bro. I have the recording
no.
here. I can play a snippet of it. But he was pissed, and this poor comedian was like green. He looked like pretty fresh. Like he wasn't a a Tom Segura, Theo Von. He wasn't anything like that. He was just it looked like he was just starting out or whatever. So he didn't really know how to handle John Jones, and I don't think he even knew who he was, to be honest. But John Jones it was weird. I got to show you it. He is so drunk, bro. Like,
Is it confirmed it's him? I've heard some speculations and it's not actually him. It's just a guy that sounds like him. I don't know.
I don't know. You guys decide, all right? But here's the clip.
I would say is I want your her shit. I want a good white joke. Like I want a white guy to give me the best. Well, I'll do a rebuttal to each. So many years. I want my friends to give me a rebuttal. Hey, guys, give it to him. Give it to him for a good black joke. Huh? I was saying, guys, give it to him for a good black joke. Give it to everybody. Give it to me right now.
What the fuck? He's like
Wasted.
sloppy.
Yeah, he's sloppy, and it doesn't end there. It goes for a little bit, and then the guy's just staying there, and because he's not making any sense because he's so plastered,
It's
I guess
hard
it's
for the
harder
comedian.
to bounce off that because you're not making any sense. Like,
Yeah, right.
But and then imagine like just because John Jones is such a tragic story. Like, do you know how in the movies how because he's the best, he's one of the goats even still, and that's with him fucking up tremendously through his career, right? He hasn't even reached his full potential, and he's like one of the best still. But like usually when you watch a movie, they go through the valleys and the peaks and the valleys, and then when they're like on a hill pull through, and the movie ends up him being like, you know, championship belt around his waist, and well, I mean. Isn't he the champion right now? But he is. But what I'm saying is an active champion that's, you know, doing good, inspiring others to do the same, and just a downright good person. But he's actually a piece of shit. Did you know?
He's a bad dude.
Did you know
he's a bad dude?
He had a hit and run when he was drunk and probably on it, and he hit a pregnant lady, right?
Yeah.
And then he rode off, right? But then he went back because he left his weed there. So he hit and ran, left his weed there, came back for the weed and left again and left her there, right? That was just one example. And
that's
he's
insane.
And he hasn't changed, like, bro. He's every video he's in, right? You see him on TikTok or whatever, and he's always doing like a speech around other people, and he's drunk, he's drinking, he's on the piss, he's looking a bit, you know, sloppy.
Loves the party,
but he loves the party. But I thought that ship sailed ages ago. I thought he stopped partying because he's like, listen, I can't keep myself out of trouble here. I want to really pursue this fighting thing and make millions, like millions. I know he's well off now, but millions. And he just hasn't done it. And I'm like, wow, I don't want to hear about John Jones unless he's fighting. Like, you can't give it, you got to give it to him. He's one of the best in the cage. Yeah. But outside the cage, I wouldn't want to hang out with him.
No, he's a piece of shit. You know who else was bad like that, apparently? I didn't know this. Again, that went down the rabbit hole. Fucking Ronaldinho. One of the best soccer players, debatably, in the world. Right? He was amazing with the ball at his feet. But he was the same. Apparently, he loved to party. Straight after games, he'd want to go out on the piss. The rest of the team are like, fuck, like the Brazilian national team, like, fuck, should we be going out on that? And there's videos and shit of this motherfucker partying, girls, no doubt, prostitutes, strippers, a shit ton of cocaine, drinks. And he was rocking up to training sessions and games like dusty as fuck, but he'd still be performing because it's just, some dudes are just built
different.
Some dudes are born to consume alcohol and drugs and shit. It's same with Maradona. He was unreal with the ball.
Have you seen that video?
When they all cover him on the field and he's doing lines.
Did he do a line?
Yeah, I don't know what he did, but he's doing something, a bump or something,
And they backed away after, and he's like...
Still, same thing. He's one of the best. Like, you watch videos, the way... Bro, he used to juggle the ball with, like, his shoelaces undone and shit. And he'd still have a 100% complete control of the soccer ball. It was... weird. It's like weird. Yeah, I don't know if it was the cocaine doing that or what it was.
Well, those... I know he died, right? But those are kind of happy stories that worked out for them in the end, right?
Well,
Ronaldinho and
I mean,
kind of like it wasn't a bad ending. Like with John Jones, it's like you're still doing this shit.
Yeah, there's no bad endings for them. I think Ronaldinho's still on the piss hard, but he hasn't done anything like scandalous. Whereas John Jones is.
I guess John Jones isn't a bad ending yet. It's still going, but. If you're going to succeed in the UFC, actually, here's the outlier. I was going to say, if you're going to succeed in the UFC, you need to be active regularly. But he done what he done to Cyril Gahn and fucking face fucked him into submission.
I saw something about John Jones that made me think like he has mental health issues.
Oh yeah.
He saw something like where I just thought like I wish I could remember, but like the way he was talking about or. Just like a real narcissist. Yeah. Like a massive narcissist. Like he's got some problems, man, from what I saw.
He beat his wife as well, or his partner. I don't know about his current girlfriend, but he beat up his other one or put hands on her. I don't know about beating her up. Maybe just a quick elbow. Not bad, nothing bad.
but it sucks because of how good he is in the ring, though. That's what crazy.
He's a great fighter.
In that cage.
Because naturally women, it's shit, but they kind of fear being fucking abducted or raped or something like that because men have it over them in terms of physical strength. Yeah. But if you have someone that's partying hard, always on the piss, you know, maybe a bit
fighting on top of it.
So he's got that ego, and he's like, "Hey, come here, like, and you can just fuck you up."
Oh fuck yeah! I've got another fucking scary one actually.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
An officer from the police department in America, of course. So the police officers arrested a young man. Don't know what the charge was or what they were suspicious on him doing. Arrested a young man. They put him in the back of the police car, right? So this man's cuffed up in the back of a car, okay? The copper is walking from the guy's car that they pulled him over from back to the police car, okay? An acorn no word of a lie, an acorn fell from a tree and hit a roof. So obviously made like a little bang. The copper thought it was the guy in the car popping a shot at him with a gun. Absolutely panicked, right? Thinks he got shot by this mysterious acorn, falls to the floor screaming, going, I'm hit, shots fired, pulls out his pistol and just starts unloading into the car. Boom, 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 thinking he's been shot, right? His partner comes running from the other side of the car, doing whatever the fuck she's doing, or the house, or wherever she come from, comes running, pulls her gun out, obviously, goes, what happened? And the other bloke screaming, I'm hit, he fired shots. She then pulls out her gun and starts unloading her clip into the car. So both of them are going unloading into this fucking poor dude who's in the back of the paddy wagon. Miraculously, he was fine.
Whoa!
Not a single bullet hit this bloke.
Wow, stormtrooper aim.
Right? Stormtrooper aim. Other police Other police officers obviously rushed the scene, and there's literally, I'll send you guys a video. There's video footage, body cam of other police officers that arrived to the scene, and they're talking to the guy who's the officer suspectedly been shot, right? And they're going, dude, what happened? He's going, bro, I'm hit. I think it's in my vest. Can you have a look? And the other cop, you can hear him going, man, there's nothing in your vest, eh? He's like, are you all right? He's like, yeah, man, I don't know. I just heard the bang. Then my legs went numb, yada, yada, yada. Nothing. The guy wasn't unarmed,
At
nothing.
what point was he lying intentionally? Like, because if you have an acorn drop, I've never been shot, but surely I can imagine it's like a burning sensation from the inside.
The
And you're like,
adrenaline would be...
But then if you had the acorn, fair enough, maybe you go, oh no, blah, blah, blah. But if you realize I've been shot and your partner comes over, he's like, what happened? He's probably thinking, he can't talk. I don't need him. I don't want him to talk about what just happened. Yeah, he shot me.
No,
Try to get her to finish him.
The thing is, though, that if once they search the body, he's got nothing on him, how do you explain that?
Yeah.
He's got no weapon on him. So either way, the cop was fucked.
So what's happened to him? Do you know?
Well, that's what everyone in the comments were going on, and the debate was, they're like, bro, like,
you should be like,
first of all, how does a guy like that get a job with a firearm as a police officer?
Yeah.
One, the cops in America are that scared for their own safety all the fucking time because their crime rate's through the roof. But second of all, if that was me, right, again, in the situation different because you'd shit your pants, right? You would shit yourself. First of all, I don't know.
An acorn? I don't know.
We don't have acorns here in Australia, I don't think, or pine cones maybe.
How big are these acorns?
I'm pretty sure an acorn hitting a tiled roof, it sounds completely different to the pop of a gun, right? That's loud, and you can hear it go, like it's loud. So first of all, I'd pull my gun out.
Unless you're an ant.
Be like, if there's no more shot, why would a suspect go boom once? No, the suspects do the same thing. They shit themselves and go bang, 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 unload the clip. So if pull my gun out, if there's no more shots following after the acorn, would you then just not go like, okay, did that motherfucker really just shoot at me? How if I just cuffed him though?
Yeah, he's handcuffed.
He's handcuffed in the back of my car. The car's locked. He's handcuffed. There would have been broken glass. Okay, gun away. Maybe taser out. Let's have a little look. Hey, bro, did you just try to shoot me? You see this motherfucker still handcuffed in the car, probably going, what the fuck? This police officer's crazy. Problem solved. This guy literally panicked and took his gun out on the floor and started popping the car, and the partner come running over, popping the car as well because he's screaming he's been shot.
That's crazy,
like,
bro.
What?
Did you say unless you're an ant?
Yeah, like if you're an ant and an acorn goes, like, oh. But it's like, if you're a fully grown man, it's supposed to be a cop, bro. Like, come on.
That's a joke.
But that's like, it's hard because you can be like, yeah, they shouldn't have to be walking on eggshells all the time. But at the end of the day, it's worse there. But you should always have your wits about you, I guess, if you're a cop. It'd be a hard job.
Be alert.
Even here.
Part of the job.
But not so alert that you got your trigger happy. You're like, oh shit, like that's so bad, bro. Imagine how pissed off you'd be after. You're in the car and you're like, holy fuck, like I've got nothing on me.
That poor cunt.
You're just following the rules.
Imagine the first interaction. They're like, jokes. Like, man, what do you do?
If I was that black fella,
I was trying to get him for everything. I'd be on a beach somewhere like tropical after with all my millions.
The lawsuit he'd have on his hands, man.
Crazy, right? Did you see that one? The actual reporters.
So what I saw, which is crazy, is that a lot of people are saying, what's going to happen in a couple of years when people, you know what, this will be a good question for our lawyer friend. What's going to happen when people are trying to do court cases defending people or prosecuting people, and the defending team or the opposing team, whatever the fuck they're called, has this miraculous video of the person doing something or saying something? It's all just AI.
I reckon
you've got no idea what's real anymore,
but
bro.
Isn't AI based off the internet and what's on, but real shit? Like,
no,
isn't it?
You can
fake
AI
anything.
You can fake it. You can fake it all, bro. Have you not seen the shit that they're releasing? The text to video stuff with AI, bro. I think I sent you a TikTok on it. These motherfuckers, bro. You can type in.
It wasn't the F1 racing one, was it?
No.
Okay.
So you can type into this website, make a video of a dog snowboarding down the Alaskan Alps, and it does its things for a couple minutes, and it will send you a video of a dog on a snowboard.
Yeah. Okay.
But the thing is now, though, is that they've had that now out for a year. But the videos were scuffed. It was very bare bones. Now with this new updated version of this program, it looks that real that I could just do that, post it on my TikTok, haha, me and my pet dog gone out for the weekend, and it looks that real that motherfuckers are dead set in the comments arguing, going, this is AI. Other people going, no, it's not, it's real.
Yeah,
that's the whole.
That's probably worse than. It's better to better the devil you know. You know what I mean? Like the media now, what you hear now. I don't know. We're at least this time. Oh, I guess you'll always have. I'd rather do it myself. I'd rather look for the news myself rather than the AI to do it.
I think that it's going to get to a point where in court, videos and shit are going to be inadmissible.
You won't be allowed to use
you can't. Video evidence isn't going to.
Yeah.
It's getting that. If you look at how that text to video was a year ago, the main video they use is a video of Will Smith eating spaghetti, and it's an AI video of Will Smith eating spaghetti. It looks like shit. It's fake as fuck.
Yeah,
I've
seen that.
Right.
Yeah.
And then only a year
has passed,
then, and now what it looks like is insane. That's why I tell you guys, the world's changing quick, and it's going to keep going quick, because think about how quick it's gone and how quick it's going to keep going. Imagine another year from now, and then another year from then, and then another year from then. That's only 5 years, you know what I'm saying? Think about it, bro. Shit's going to be wild.
And can you imagine those not the poor cunts, but like those motherfuckers that are like guilty. Like there's CCTV footage of these motherfuckers running in with the bank, no mask on, holding a gun, robbing the joint. But they get passed as innocent because the court's argument is it AI? We don't know. Is it fake? Here's another video very similar that looks like
unless it's actual footage directly from, like, if it's from the camera, surely you can't.
No, it will get to a point where I could just type in, hey, take this picture of myself robbing a bank through the lens or the POV of a CCTV footage. I'm telling you, bro. Did you know, I was actually talking to my friend, my homie Chris, right? Shout out to Chris. Me and him were on Discord the other night. And he was saying, so he's big into this shit. He's like a tinfoil hat gopher. And he was telling me, he goes, this AI stuff is now that full on that what all of us don't realize behind the scenes is that now that this stuff's ready to go, the technology, all the companies are now doing is having meetings on the safety side. What do we ban? What do we allow? What can we not allow? Because now the biggest concern is that like the governments are scared of people being able to hack in, like, the CIA intelligence and shit like that. And this shit's all happening, bro. Like, you can look this shit up. Like, it's scary shit. It's scary shit.
And I've been saying it for fucking years. I'm telling you, the world is about to change in an unimaginable way, and no one cares and no one knows. Everyone thinks the world's going to stay the same forever. It's going to be as big as the Industrial Revolution was. That's what's about to happen right now. And although the Industrial Revolution, I saw this on Joe Rogan, they were making good points, I was talking about it. On the Industrial Revolution, right, definitely created way more jobs than it took away, right? It took away some jobs, but it created way, way more, the Industrial Revolution. We're going to have another Industrial Revolution with this AI shit, but it's going to take away way more jobs than it's going to make. You already got...
Isn't that not in the... That's not a good way to... That's not good for the economy, though, right?
That's right. What are people going to do with no jobs? That's why they're going to have to do these universal basic incomes and shit I've been saying. because the world is about to change dramatically. And Jez is going to disagree with what I'm saying, but watch, bro. Give me 5 years.
Well, 'cause he's
5 years, you're going to see how different the world is, man. I'm telling you, this shit is quick.
I was on Jez's point, but now I'm leaning more towards him because not just that too. So my homie Chris, and again, the guy's like, this kid's a smart kid. Like Chris is probably one of the smartest friends I have, and his research is like beyond anyone that I've ever met. And this guy, he was also saying that like there was a big report. I got to message him so I can talk about it next episode. But there was a big report on that one of the first jobs that AI want to sort of take over, not the AI, but like what big companies want is banking, but on the side of like cybersecurity and that. They want all those people gone, so it's all just AI controlled. So they want to be able to set up programs and just computer software to be able to help with cybersecurity of big companies.
Makes sense.
Which is weird because I've actually got a friend who does cybersecurity. So me and Chris were talking. We're like, "Fuck, is his job going to be the first job to go?" Or like, well, we don't know. It's insane. It's actually insane. But in saying that too, there's going to be a lot of things that AI can never ever do. Like example, like the old rusty mechanic who can fix your car, who's always on the beers on Wednesday Arvos.
But AI could do that, man.
Nah.
It's going to take a lot longer, but they'll definitely have robots.
Yeah, it'll take longer.
Robots,
it'll take
arms,
longer.
Fix your car, no problems. Do it
like
10 minutes.
Elon Musk's Tesla bot now is folding like laundry and shit, and it's like it's got the little fingers and shit. Like it's crazy shit. I can't wait though, because as soon as people are too busy in their virtual reality world with their goggles, I'm going to be like Santa Claus in my sack, just breaking into people's homes, bro.
Stealing this is a part of the game.
You know what's
Stealing
crazy?
shit, man.
It's happening even quicker than I have even thought. If you piece everything together, it's happening so quick and intensely that it's like almost bizarre, like fiction. With the Apple Pro, if you put the Apple Pros and then with the fucking Mid Journeys and you put it all together, it's like happening so
and they have
quick.
this thing now. I don't know if you guys want it. You guys sent me it, but you can do the gaming, right? But you can walk on the spot and you walk on a pad.
Oh,
that whatever direction you're walking.
It's multi-directional,
it's like a treadmill.
You'll stay on the same spot. So you can like kind of run. I don't know if you can run, but he's walking all different directions and you're in the same spot. So you're safe from any. But the thing is, people are using them on the street and whatever. But do you think they'll make them? Is it always they sell them for a high price where all the rich people can get them, then they lower it to like an affordable price?
No.
Or do you think things like that, like the Neuralink, sorry. Eventually, when that comes out, would it be kind of like ballers? Get it?
No.
Or do you reckon they give it to some Joe Blow?
I reckon they target us first because we're the idiots that are going to spend the money.
The
rich people are the ones investing in it.
We're the
ones that buy it.
The way the pricing works, these companies are trying to bring out the best and most cutting edge technology, right? That costs them a lot of money. But as the years go on and new things get discovered and new technologies get made, their production costs get lower. So that's why back in the day when the fucking Nintendo 64 first came out, it was fucking $1,000, $800, whatever, $600. And now you get a Nintendo 64 for fucking $40. You know what I mean? It's the same principle. The technology just gets better and it gets cheaper to make. Yeah. The cheaper it is to make, the more you can push. I saw a podcast with Mark Zuckerberg talking about how, so the one before the Meta, what's Facebook's VR called?
Metaverse.
The Meta, whatever it's called, the Facebook's VR thing, right?
Yeah, Metaverse.
The goggles before, not the Metaverse,
but
the
Oculus.
The Oculus,
yeah,
right? Because they bought Sony's, right? The Oculus, right? Yep. The Oculus before the one that's currently out that they're pushing was more expensive, the Pro version, more expensive and everything, but the newer one is cheaper and better. But it's a technology thing. It gets better and they can adjust and they can push more for cheaper.
Get the bugs out.
So that's how it works. So at first it's going to be expensive. We can't afford it. But you wait a couple of years, 3 years, they're going to have Gen 4 of that technology out, and then people like us can afford Gen 1. Shit like that. It just, things are develop and get cheaper. So it's a time thing.
And then we're going to become desensitized to it all, and then they're on to the next thing. And
we already are. We already are desensitized to it. Think of it like the first time, like when we all first heard about this AI, like Mid-Journey shit, like you could type in, show me a duck jumping through a hoop of fire, and it was like cool and cartoony. everyone's laughing. I jumped on it straight away because I was using it for thumbnails, for
Me
the
too,
YouTube,
yeah.
for the music covers. I'm all for it. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, this makes my job easier, and I don't have to pay, some nincompoop, however much they charge you an arm and a leg to do a picture of a duck jumping through a hoop on fire.
That's what nowadays it's so realistic. You feel the heat from the hoop, the ring of fire. You're like, oh my god.
So I'm already desensitized to it. I've already let my guard down because I'm like, yes, this is hectic. This makes my fucking life awesome. It's easier, yada yada yada. I'm fucking around with Midjourney. And then by the time you realize it, it's already been since Midjourney's come out almost 2 years.
And no one cares now.
And I'm sitting here, been using this program for 2 years, and now all of a sudden they got news AI. So I'm like, cool. I still fuck with my Midjourney. Midjourney's way better now. Have you guys noticed the thumbnails are getting cooler and cooler and shit? I'm happy. But while I'm doing that, this is going. So imagine me times however many million across the world. It's slowly they've already desensitized us to it.
Yeah.
And
you become familiar with using the products.
You become familiar with it, and the products, it's cool and it's funny and it's cool.
And you're not blown away by it.
I'm not blown away by it anymore because I was blown away by this photo shit, this thumbnail. I couldn't believe it. Me and this guy were like, bro, what the hell? I was like, bro, look, I can just type this in and it does this and it shows me a picture of a fucking furry dick flying through space. Like
the world changes under your nose. Like you think 20 years ago when mobile phones and stuff started coming out, it was a sudden shock, and all of a sudden the world's completely different. They can do online banking, and we got cards that we can swipe and tap and pay with money. And you think
Well, now your phone, with your phone.
But you think at the time when all that stuff was first coming out, it was like a sudden hit. Like, no, it's slowly, things come out individually, but then when you put it all together, you look back, you're like, fuck, the world is completely different to how it was 10 years ago.
Well, remember they had those phones, and they were like, they were this skinny, right? And like a rectangle, and they had to put the antenna. I wasn't around then, but I've seen clips of it, like, and then like back probably when my dad was like young, and like they'd have this, but it was a brick. It was like that, like a 1.25 liter bottle of water that size, and then it's gone different sizes. You know what I mean? But like remember back in the day, the computers, they'd be this deep and like a big box with a keypad.
And the TVs and shit, bro.
TVs, yeah.
Take everything you see with a grain of salt, man. I'm telling you, the world's really changing. You got to be open-minded. You think it's going to stay the same forever? I promise you, you're about to see it. I saw Duncan Trussell explain this on Joe Rogan on the podcast. We're about to get hit by like a meteor.
Yeah,
this
crazy
is what's
wave,
about to happen is like the equivalent of a meteor crashing into Earth. People are not ready for how much the world is about to change. It's going to be insane.
I feel like that's another thing too, is that people are also so scared. Not scared,
Don't
but
be
like
scared. Don't
I'm
be
just
scared.
scared of change.
Not scared, but like they're so like
Reluctant to change.
yeah, like bro,
Embrace it, man. We're
learn
here for
to
the
embrace
ride.
it. Like, you know, if you guys are smart, you'd be looking up.
Try to profit.
You'd be looking up AI companies that have stocks,
New opportunities, man.
AI companies that have shares I can buy. But no, like, you know what I mean?
You know
Like,
what I saw
Be a
also?
bit smart with it, man. Be a bit
I
smart with
saw
it.
on a podcast with Jeff Bezos on it, right? The same thing is going to happen further down the track than the AI stuff, but like he was explaining how Amazon started off as a book company, and then like the goal for a company is to get so big and so good that all these other companies depend on you. Like they invented customer reviews, and now customer reviews are so commonplace and you know, used in every business. No one thinks about Amazon as the people that invented it. Like, no, there's no credit to Amazon. It's that useful and that integral to life that, you know, and the same thing's going to happen with space travel. So once they start going to space and space exploration, all these private companies are going to be in space, and it's going to be so big of an industry that the people who pioneered it, SpaceX and, you know, Blue Origin and shit, that it's going to be, they'll be like Uber or Postmates and shit in space eventually in many, many, many years. You know what I'm saying? But like, it'll get to the point where people don't remember
That it was
that Amazon like paved the way. Like it's just so part of life.
Yeah.
The same thing with the internet. Like the internet, right? It's so important and everything. But at one point, that was brand new. You know, that's how big space is going to be. That's how big AI and robots are going to be. It's all happening, man. It's wild.
Well, it's crazy because in the early 2000s, there actually was an internet bubble that crashed the economy a little bit because all the old heads were going, nah,
They didn't want to transfer.
I don't trust this internet stuff. It's never going to work. It's never going to take off. And by 2003, 4, everyone, the internet was, at the time you could only probably use MSN, Skype, web pages. But within, you know, very quick amount of time, they had internet browsing. They had yada, yada, yada. and all of a sudden, less than 10 years, you can't live without the internet.
The businesses who were reluctant to put their business on the internet lost out.
They all crumbled.
They lost out and crumbled.
It's like it just makes life harder to not keep up. You don't have to keep up 100%, but it makes it hard if you don't have a phone. How are you supposed to, if you are an elderly person and you can't get around because you don't have the Uber app because you don't have the phone, or you don't have, or your phone only calls and texts, and then you're like, oh, what's the like? There was the strangest thing happened to me the other day. I pulled up at home, and I get out, go get changed, and go to the gym. Right, I pulled up, and I had a bit of time, so I was on my phone. All of a sudden, this grey-haired little Asian woman just appears from my side
in your closet.
Yeah. She's like, hello. But gives me a fortune cookie. But she comes up to the side of me, and then she's like, "Oh, excuse me, do you think you can?" And she asked me very abruptly, she was nice, but she was just straight to the point. She's like, "Do you reckon you can drive me to Riverview Road in Liverpool?" And she flashes money at me because she could barely broken English, but she thinks she's like, "I'll give you this if you take me." And I was like, "It was $100, right?" And I'm like, "Wait," "Where's that? Where is that? Don't you catch an Uber?" She's like, "I don't have because." She was old, she looked young because Asians look young until they're 100, but she was of good health, but she was just I don't know, Uber, I don't have the app, and I'm like, let me see how long the drive is, because I was considering it, right? I didn't know where Riverview Road was. She just said the road, not the suburb. Looked, it was 45 minutes one way, 45 back, and I was like, listen, I'm about to go to the gym, I have somewhere to be, right? But what I can do is I can order you an Uber from my app if you just wait here, and then give me the money. Give me the money for it. I was like, let me see how much it is, and it was $87, right? Okay, yeah, it's $87. Like, you know what? Give me the 100, whatever. I just took the 100. I'm sorting her out, and I didn't want to take her 50 when I spent 87. Yeah. So I was like, whatever, I'll take the 100, beat her up a bit for it, whatever. But anyway, she went back in her house, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get changed. It'll be here in 5 minutes. Just make sure you're outside your house in 5 minutes, and I'll meet you at the front. I went in, got changed, came out. She's got 7 little suitcases, 4 Coles bags, a little era. You know the era that when it's raining, you hang your clothes out on? She's got that. She's got duffel bags. Was she and shit. Moving? And I'm like, what's all this? You didn't tell me. We didn't order an XL or anything. It's it's probably going to come with a little Camry or something. And lo and behold, this Indian guy walks in. And this story is very stereotypical, right? The Indian guy walks in.
The Asian who's lost in the Indian.
Yeah, exactly. The Asian who doesn't know where to get, and the Indian guy drives. And that Indian is the messiah to her. But anyway, he rocks up in this car that's just a normal sedan, and he looks at me and goes, "What's this, man?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. She has little English. She doesn't have a phone. I'm just trying to do my good deed for the day."
Fuck you, bloody! What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. And then I'm like, "What's happening?" I'm like,
what is this? What are you talking about?
She needs to go to Liverpool. I already paid. Can I just help you at least load it up, and I'll make sure she has someone there upon arrival to help you get out the shit. She's like, all right, all good. We stacked his boot and his whole back seat with shit,
holy
and stuffed it in, and it took about 5 minutes to pack it all in. And I'm like, man, listen. And I said to the girl, sorry, I'm like, can you please, do you have people to meet you there? Do you have people, family, or anyone to meet? Yeah. But I don't know if she was just saying the just to hurry up and go. And then at one point, we didn't think we were going to fit it all in. She goes, oh, well, I can't go with you then. I'm like, I paid for this.
Oh my
You got to jump in.
God.
I'm keeping the $100. So that is just an example.
Did she get in?
So yeah, and then she got in and he took her there. Yeah, but I don't know.
By the way,
I have a feeling this poor Indian guy would have drove there, and there was no one helping him, and he had to unpack it all for her. But
where'd she get all this shit from when you went inside?
This is your neighbor.
So she pulled it out. Yeah, so she lived. I don't know her story, but she pulled it in. Yeah, but I didn't really see her there much. But she reckons that she had family there as well. But there's people still living there, or maybe it's actually sold. But she had all her shit out the backyard, so she was moving. She was moving or something. It must have been moving.
I'm busting for a piss. Sorry, bro, but I'm about to piss my pants. But keep going.
But I helped her do that. But I thought that's my good deed for the day. But that's just a little example of, man, if you don't keep up enough, I'm not talking about you have to know the latest gadgets, but you need to have the basics. You need to have a mobile phone with enough apps that you can get around, you can contact whoever, call, text. you don't have to have socials because you don't have to be. But I'm just saying you need the basics. She didn't have Uber, bro. She didn't have a phone. Because she was from overseas. All she had to do was look up how to get around. Like when we're in Europe, they had Bolt, the Bolt app.
Yeah, Bolt.
They had whatever else they had. We did that, but the older generation who aren't so savvy.
Man, I'm starting to think she could speak English quite well and she just rorted you for was trying to rort someone for a free Uber. Like you were just like, no, I'm taking that money. But she's probably thinking, fuck, like,
oh no! If I would have, because I would have taken the money before. If I would have driven her, which I wouldn't have, I would have taken the money then drove her. But imagine driving 45 minutes back and 45 minutes back.
Oh yeah, fuck that, man.
So I'm like, I'd rather just pay for the Uber, take a bit off the top for the interest for helping her out. Imagine that you do a good deed, and I'm like, I didn't even give her. She didn't have change, and I'm like, give me the 100. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, foreigners charge,
but. Foreigners tax. I love you, bro. You are such a funny motherfucker. Oh my god.
Oh, like he said, wasn't here to hear that.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's one of those things where you get left behind. You keep up, you get left behind. I felt sorry for her because I was like, the English wasn't good, and I just put myself in her shoes. Imagine if I was in Japan or China or wherever she's from, and over there, especially, they're like especially China, they're very like communist heavy, and they don't really learn English. They don't care about it. And I guess we're the same with them. Like, people speak Mandarin and whatever, but we're not learning Mandarin. We're not like, and the Chinese just speak Chinese, or the Japanese, wherever she's from. But then she comes over here. I'm like, imagine if we went there and we didn't have anything. But I'd like to think I can get around and be like, what's the Uber in Japan or China? But she was so old.
A different era. Yeah.
She was older, like 70 something at least.
Yeah, but you got to. I like how you had that story. Like, you weren't even going to tell that story. Like,
I literally, and it literally fit in perfectly. Like, Tori can even attest to this story because I'm like, that's so
wild.
weird.
Wait, when did this happen?
Like 3 weeks ago? Or
right.
More?
Imagine that on the news the next morning, though. Asian lady found dead with 20 loads of washing and shit, and you're like, oh, fuck.
You know what's funny?
Indian man has blood on his hands, but still doesn't confess to the murder.
You know what's funny?
Indian man kills lost Asian tourist.
Needs to get home to make a vindaloo curry. Anyway, I'm sorry.
That's never happened to me. Not even remotely a similar situation. But to you, it's just like
natural.
Oh yeah, this happened.
Yeah. I mean,
this happened.
I got chased by a junkie 3 streets from there, so it's all downhill.
That happened to me only one time. Before we wrap this up, I'll say just one time. I was at Red Rooster when I was younger, and a bunch of Asians run in, and they were going. They were trying to get to Hey, show me to Banks Drive. But the shops is on Endeavour, right?
That was a really good accent.
Thank you. So we're on Endeavour Road, and they're going, Banks Drive. I'm like, no, this is Endeavour. Banks is like down this road, and you turn right. I had no idea what the fuck I was saying. At the time, I couldn't drive. That's how young I was. I was like, man, and we didn't even have Ubers back then. Like
taxi, this is taxi.
Yeah, this is all taxi. I'm like, I'm trying to explain. I'm like, bro, you got to go like down this road. You just follow it. You follow it and it leads you to Banks and you're at Banks. I don't know where they ended up, but I tried my best. This is before I could drive, before Uber. But, unfortunately, there was no money that I could pocket. Like, oh, no, you're not offering any money I can keep.
Bro, it's just, I don't know.
That's the easiest. You made $20 profit. $20 on that little endeavor.
And I got to go to the gym. I got to go home. I walked in the gym holding the 250s. Like, just got an Asian girl to a destination.
But her death is on your hands.
Yeah. Because that Indian guy was not happy.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, man.
Oh, and Indians get angry too.
They do.
They full take it to heart.
But they get angry, but it's like, it's that angry, like a little cute puppy gets angry and you're like,
you're like,
you stop it. What are you going to do?
Like, what do you mean I got a negative review? Full cut up about it.
Cut.
Let's get it there before there's a whole nother rant we could go on.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna save one of my points for next week. I thought this show's going to. That's the thing. We get in this time fucking portal,
and it's like a zen. Like
I need to learn to space what I have to say out because already I talk like a machine gun, like going off. Sometimes I feel like I need to just chill a bit,
Yeah, but that's good, man. It's good. It's yourself, bro. It's your character.
People like it.
And yeah, I've been stockpiling my points now too because I think we're gonna have to keep like 1 or 2 now that we got this new structure.
Yeah, the new the flow.
Yeah,
boy,
let's carry them over.
The flow focus fucking takes up at least like 30 minutes because we just go on tangents. Our intros on just the funny shit that happens to us during the week is like another 30. That's already an hour's worth of content.
There's only so much time in the afternoons as well, especially during the week. So
but you know what? Before we end quickly, one more thing. This guy sent us a fucking podcast with fucking Benzino. What the fuck?
Did you see that?
What were they going? The audio sounds
I listened
trash.
to the first 5 minutes and I turned it off.
The audio was garbage.
But Drink Champs is a huge podcast. It's one of the biggest.
The audio
biggest
sounds like
podcasts.
shit.
It's because
there's so many people.
It's
there.
because they're in a big room and they're drinking. It's like a party vibe. So it's one of the biggest podcasts right now.
Really?
Drink Champs, they get famous as people on there.
Holy shit, that was
50
horrendous.
Cent's been on there. Everyone's been on there.
That was horrendous. Like I dead set fucking caught AIDS listening to that.
Did you see Benzino towards the end? He gets so drunk, he starts crying and shit, and he's like,
"Oh my god!"
He's like, "I don't hate Eminem, man. The dude can rap." But at the start, but before that, he was saying like, "Fuck Eminem," like fuck him. But then later he gets drunk, and it's crazy.
How embarrassing! You know Eminem's going to come with a diss now, another diss. Be like, "Remember when you cried when you?"
Just look up Benzino Drink Champs on TikTok. You'll see cuts of clips of how crazy it's unhinged.
He actually loves the dude.
I listened to the whole thing. Like it's like a cry for help, man. He's got shit going on, man. It was a good podcast. It was actually interesting listening to the podcast. But yeah, Drink Champs is huge, bro. It's Nori. You know Nori? Nori fucking Oye Mi Canto.
Yeah.
His podcast.
I thought, can I end out on a joke?
Yeah.
It might not land, but
give it to us.
Okay, you need to focus on this one.
All right.
So a guy walks into a bar, right? And over the bar entrance, it has do 3 simple tasks for $3 million. And he's already half cut and he walks in, he's already half pissed and he's just like, walks in. He's like, hey, bartender. He's like, yeah. He's like, this sign for real above the bar? And he's like, yeah, man, 3 simple tasks, $3 million's yours. Has a duffel bag full with cash. He's like, what are the tasks? And then he's just like, well, see that big 6'7" guy over there, that big burly bloke? He's like, yeah, you have to go over to him and you have to knock him out in one punch. The second task, he goes, and he's like, oh, well, there's an alligator, a 12-foot alligator out the back. And he's got a tooth decay, so he needs to get a tooth out. But we can't sedate him because he's not in good health. So you need to keep this croc alive, but you have to extract his tooth and get out alive, right? The third, and he's like, there's an 89-year-old woman living in the hotel room above this bar who lost her husband 2 years ago. She hasn't had sex in a while. So you're going to have to service that. 89, you say? Yeah. What does she look like? Shows him a photo. Yeah, okay. So he goes to this big burly guy and he goes up to him. Hey, you! Straight away. Boom. Knocks him out cold. Goes outside. All you hear is like rustling and tussling with this alligator. He's out there for about 12 minutes. He's like, all you hear is the bellowing, the deep bellows of the like, I can't even do it, like of the crocodile just rustling and you know what I mean? It's going off. He comes back in like 12 minutes later and he's got all blood everywhere. And he's just like, right, where's this old lady with the bad tooth? He fucked the crocodile.
He fucked the alligator, yeah.
That was like, I think that joke is more like a, that was pretty bad.
That's a funny joke, man.
I feel like that one, what's wrong with that joke is you have to think too much about the tasks.
The lady with the bad tooth.
Hey, insert laugh. You need a laugh. You need a laugh tab thing.
A laugh tracker. He fucked that.
See my dream? My dream just manifested itself. Yeah. The comedian. Oh my God, I just bombed in reality. Like we just went full circle. I played out my dream and I just bombed.
Thank you so much for listening to episode 97
Salud.
of the FireCast. We'll see you next week.
Let's go.